Good morning, everyone. Serene here. Hi, Frozen Breeze OC. And yes, you're absolutely correct. We have been here before. Time is a tremendously flat circle. Bye, music. Anyway, we are going to be playing Labyrinth of Time today. And hi, Sheldon. Wow, everybody's coming in. It's like 2 a.m. You guys should be asleep. What's wrong with you? Alright, couple bits of information today. I am trying out a program for closed captioning. It works, sort of. It's about 80% accurate, I would say. But anyway, if you want to watch with closed captioning, that's now an option. I don't know if it works on the Twitch end, but we'll find out. Alright, let's get this game going. Yes, it is a weird adventure game with minotaurs. If anybody's watching this on YouTube in the future, first of all, why are you starting with the 4th playthrough of this game? Second of all, I guess welcome. If you found this video randomly, thanks for watching. 8 p.m. The end of another long, gray day at work. You're not even sure what day it is. Your calendar says it's Friday. The days all seem pretty much the same anymore. Friday, the end of the week. You know that all you have to look forward to is a long, uneventful weekend at home. The prospect is not exciting. Jeez, well, it is Friday today, but it's the day after Thanksgiving, so... It's not well, I guess it is a long, uneventful weekend, but you know what? That's a good thing, too. Alright, I think I actually have to press to get off this screen. I don't think it goes automatically. Alright, it's hard to say when your days all begin to feel the same, dull as old chrome and without joy. You sigh and lock up the office. Out in the thick air of the city, you pass people in buildings without really seeing them. You know that to them, you have no face either. Was it always as dull as this? Is the air of desperation that hangs over the street real or imagined? It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's see. Yeah, this game is... It's kind of a Myst. It came out before Myst, but it's basically the same idea. It's a, first-person dungeon adventure. Alright. Wait, who's leaving? I don't think anyone's leaving. You descend into the guts of the subway station. With any luck, the train won't break down tonight. It never seems to break down on your way to work, only on the way home. Although a Frozen Breeze is leaving. Bye-bye, I'll see you later. Thanks for checking in. Okay, I'll start. Okay, more dull chrome and gray shadows. You keep wondering what's wrong with the city, or with you. I'm trying not to hit enter to go forward because it goes forward automatically. You buy your ticket. So if I hit enter at the same time it tries to advance, it actually advances 2 screens. You wonder idly if you should change your job, or move away. So basically you're just a loser guy, doesn't like life. You know you won't do either. But, I think a lot of us feel like this a lot of the time. Maybe that's just called depression. You wait without eagerness for the subway train. Here it is, you step aboard, and suddenly the world is made of cartoons. So this was made in the early 90s. You board the train, but as you enter you feel strange. Hi Caius, thanks for coming around. I'm just having a late night melancholy stream. This is my favorite game for melancholia. Suddenly you feel as though you are being pulled in a direction you never knew existed. Once there, you seem to be pulled inside out. Well, if I'm going to be pulled inside out... Oh, flashing light warning. Goddamn, I'm sorry, guys. The world itself seems to be changing. Ah, crap, I forgot there was going to be flashing lights. You reach for something to hold on to, but there's nothing there. A strange figure appears. Raising his head, he looks at you. I'm sorry to have ripped you from your normal life, mortal. I have no choice. My name is Daedalus. When I was alive, long ago in your world, I was a master craftsman of the ancient world. This is well, I don't know if he was a real person, but he's a mythical figure. He's the father of Icarus, for anyone not familiar. I'm a spirit now. For ages I have dreamed in the land of the dead. I once served King Minos of Crete. For him, I built a labyrinth near his palace, where he kept his bestial minotaur of legend. It's a good word, bestial. The spirit of Minos has long been a judge of the dead, but now he hopes to return to the land of the living. He has enslaved me, and now I am building a new labyrinth for him. I can neither refuse or escape. I'm going to turn down the music a bit. It is peaking a little high. If you can't hear me, let me know. You must help me. If I complete the new labyrinth, the power of Minos will be unstoppable. This new labyrinth is not a simple maze. I am far more powerful than I was in life, and what Minos has made me build is unique. The labyrinth is built outside of your space and time, but penetrates, giggity, your world in many ages. Once it is finished, the spirit of King Minos will be able to reach any place in the universe at any time he chooses. He will use the power of the labyrinth to conquer all of space and time. I am unable to resist Minos. He holds my spirit prisoner. And you gotta love the early computer graphics here. I have drawn you out of time and space, the first mortal I could reach. I love it. He looks like he should be in a reboot. You alone can stop Minos from ruling the lands of the living. That is some freaky 90s CGI. I love it. I love this look. I wish it were more common. But, whatever. I can do little to aid you. All I can say is that you must destroy the labyrinth, and before it is complete. If you do, I will be freed. This time I will not be trapped again. It is possible. You must find the way, for all our sakes. I wish you good fortune, mortal. You must be clever, and careful, and swift. I can say no more. The spirit of Daedalus fades from view. Well, this may be awkward and frightening, but it is neither dull nor grey. Now we're in the land of Oz! Alright, so like I said, this is a first-person adventure game. Much like Myst, we are just walking around through kind of a... what would you call it? Like a postcard dungeon. There's a map. I think, is it? No, it's P, isn't it? Yes, it is. So you see, it is a grid system. So the maze is always north, south, east, west. And I guess if I were to compare this to a more recent game, is like Etrian Odyssey. I love this type of game, and I was kind of feeling like playing one, but there's not a lot of them. So all the commands are down here. I can take, move, open, close, look, inventory. This just returns me back to the first screen. Inventory, there I can save the game, use an item, look at the item, or change which item I'm looking at. I currently have a map, two 25-cent coins, and that's it. I can leave a breadcrumb trail, or I can press this button to follow my breadcrumb trail back to where I was when I started it. Of course these are movement buttons, this is the map. That's about it. One thing to note is that I can do commands without pressing buttons. Like if I want to do pick up, it's T for take, M for move, O for open, C for close, L for look, and that's about all I need. And then the left, right, and up arrows are the movement keys as well. Alright, so let's get underway. This door is locked. You open the door. Of course you can look at things, get a better view. Every room's gonna have secrets. We can, I think we can flush the toilet. Oh, not take, move. Yes, the toilet does flush. Yeah, you do have to look pretty hard. These games don't tend to be popular. There were a shit ton of them in the early 90s because of Myst. But it's one of my favorite genres, and I kind of don't like, I kind of hate that you don't see it that much. Anyways, I have played this game about 5,000 times. Maybe I should find a game that I haven't played that's like this and get it on stream. That would probably be a good use of my time. But I know everything I need to do. I'm gonna try to take my time, get a good look at things, just, you know, sort of look around. There's a Victrola here that does become important later. It will help us identify, well, we'll find out whose room this is if we open this wardrobe. Whoop! I accidentally hit the inventory button. I need to get back. There we go. The wardrobe is locked. It will help us figure out whose room this is, and this game, like Daedalus said, we are traveling through time here. So you'll notice we went from modern New York City to some sort of 1910s hotel. I don't think I've ever had a close look at these. It's just a weird lady with a harp. And a sea serpent. This guy had weird eclectic tastes. But as we move through the labyrinth, we will go to different periods of time. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is that? And that's basically, this is our goal. We're trying to reach this ziggurat, it is called. Ziggurat, might be a short A, I don't know. We're trying to reach that at the center of the labyrinth and destroy it. We got a laundry chute. Alright, before I cause nightmares, I'm gonna go upstairs. But we will find that when we affect something in one time period, it does change things in any subsequent time periods. Insert Zelda joke here. Yes! We're trying to reach the Triforce of, the Fractal Triforce. We're trying to reach the Fractal Triforce at the center of this lab. We got a sliding puzzle, but we do not know the solution. I could do this now, but I'm gonna do this in order. I'm gonna try to play the game without, like, I could do the sliding puzzle because it never changes, but I'm gonna let it go until I could naturally solve it. Slade and Barcher, private detectives. Ooh, maybe I can call somebody. A complete waste of energy. There's no time for that. It won't move. You failed to move it. Fine, whatever. So, yep, as I'm going, the map does build. It does have a couple floors to this labyrinth. I think there are 3 floors. And then there are several, sub-mazes. Ooh, wow. Well, there's the center of the labyrinth again. We shouldn't be able to see it from here, but this place is twisted. Twisted in time and space. Hey, what's this door go to? Hey, now I'm in a train. This door is locked. Now this is an interesting little part of this game. The door I'm looking at right here... Oh, yeah, you can't see my cursor. That's the door that's locked. Nobody's ever figured out a way to get through that door. So, there might be more to this game than was ever found. It is quite interesting that you pretty much only played games you've played or beaten before. Yeah, actually my channel is mostly... Well, I could go back through the portal. My channel is basically showcases of games that I love. I do play a few games that are new to me. I don't know if I enjoy it as much. It's kind of a, problem with my brain. When I'm doing something new, I get embarrassed when people are watching me. I've been trying to get more comfortable with it. There's the center of the maze again, and this is actually the platform we reached the ziggurat from. This game only takes about half an hour to an hour to beat, so it's not like it's one of those things where I just felt like streaming tonight. I didn't feel like putting too much, thought into it. Yes, there are secrets in this game that probably nobody has ever found, but if I'm being fully honest, everybody's gone through the files of this game with a fine-tooth comb. They're sure that there's actually no room behind that door. It's basically... And the designer said that that door and the one that we'll see later are basically just red herrings. Annie Cooper died 1881. John Doe died 1871. Big Earl Ardrey died 1875. And Mad Dog Madigan, 1882, had it coming. Well, that's not nice. Nobody really deserves to die, except maybe that guy. Maybe he was a piece of shit. We don't know. Oh, that's the wrong button. Alright, let's pick up this whiskey bottle, which is T, not P. Alright. We're in a bar. Let's get drunk, guys. Can I be Miss Kitty? We're in the Old West. I would love to be an Old West prostitute. Probably not. It's probably not a great job. I heard that it was a lot better than a lot of, jobs. At least it was better for a lot of actual prostitutes in the Old West. Like, a lot of the time they would manage themselves rather than letting somebody else take all their money. Alright, we got our first key. Wildman Daniels, Fred are alive. I think I'll take him and Fred. This door is locked. How about the key we just picked up? Does it work on this door? That key does not appear to fit. Alright, so now we know that doors will have different keys. It's not just one size fits all. Not like me. And we find out that it is April 30th in this time. I actually don't know what this is. I can look at it, but it doesn't seem to serve a purpose. Looks like some sort of key rack, maybe? Remember the book in Mario Sunshine? It's behind a door you can never open. The book? I actually might have to look this up. I have no idea what you're talking about. The book in Mario Sunshine. In Noki Bay book, the Noki Bay book, secret book, or hidden book, is an oddly placed object found in the mission Red Coins in a Bottle in Super Mario Sunshine. The book is placed inside a rock formation at the bottom of the titular bottle, behind a door that does not open. Oh, I've never heard of this. Real quick, let me just share that with you guys. Window. Okay. Okay. So, it's this, just a book hidden behind a door, I guess. I've never seen that or heard of this before. For instance, what if everything you see is more than what you see? The space that appears empty is a door to another world. What if something appears that shouldn't? You either dismiss it or accept that there is more to the world than you think. Perhaps it really is a door. It is really a doorway, and if you choose to go inside, you'll find many unexpected things. Alright, apparently people took that quote from Miyamoto to say, hey, this door goes somewhere. People be crazy with these fan theories, yo. Oh, I opened the door to, infinity. Hold on a second, let me move that away. Sorry. Well, this is the perfect music for that. I just thought you said, I do have a drink. I took an entire, before I started playing, about an hour ago, I took an entire, edible. So, for my size, that usually tends to get me pretty fucked up. And I think it's actually starting to hit right about now, because this music is perfect for how I feel. What is that? Some sort of... Are they playing like a glass jug? What is that instrument? Anyway, and I do have a nice strong drink. Gonna be using that to keep my whistle wet. Whew, alright. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be part of the mission, but was scrapped. Oh, well, I learned something new today. Thank you very much, Sheldon. Alright, here we got a printing press, but we can't use it yet. In fact, we can actually use it. But it's not printing anything. Dang. Okay, well, we gotta find a sheet of paper or something. Got ourselves a minecart. Let's just push that out of the way. And let's push it again. Loud noise warning. Well, being blocked by something. One of the things that I don't care for is that when you look at something, the little blurb down here does not tell you what you're looking at. It doesn't give you any clues. Like, I wish it would tell me, because I have no idea what the fuck that thing is I'm looking at. It's got some weird rings on it. I wish it would tell me, like, you are looking at XXX. I don't know. You're looking at porn. Stop looking at porn. This girl's looking at porn, guys. Alright, I've done everything I can here, I believe. I got a key, but I gotta figure out which door it's for. Let's try every door that we've seen so far. Nope, does not appear to fit. Back on the crystal cliff, we are now going backwards. Back through the offices of Sladen Barcher. I don't think Barcher's a real name. I think that guy's got a made-up name. I have root beer. I've never really had beer before. I am drinking peach schnapps, and I made it kind of strong. It's called holiday drink. My husband makes it with his family, and they make it very strong. It's like ginger ale and pineapple juice and peach schnapps. It's very fruity and it's very delicious. Hey, I'm gonna scare the shit out of you guys. If you have chlorophobia, look away. We're just gonna move on past that with no comment. Alright, we are actually in the first sub-maze here. This place is a maze of mirrors, and I'm gonna map it all out. One of the things I love to do when I'm playing this game is to map out every area. I can still go north. Oh, hello? Please don't, it looks like you want to hug me. I don't think I want to hug you. I'm very scared of you right now. Alright, back to... Oh, hey Morgan! Alright, this is Morgan. This is actually the hint system for the game. This game probably would have freaked me out as a kid. Yeah, I think I first played this when oh god, I don't even know. I got it from Macintosh, actually. Which means it was before I got my own computer. Cause all we ever did, we had a Macintosh computer, but we only had it over summers because it belonged to my mom's job, and she worked at a school, so she'd bring it home every summer, and I'd play, you know, weird games on it. This is one of them. We also had the LucasArts Adventure Pack. That's where I fell in love with the LucasArts and Sierra Adventure games. Anyway, I'm gonna save. This is my original save. It's at the one at the end of the game. I'm going to not overwrite that. Next empty slot. There we go. Alright. So there's the reason I saved. You can actually, this game actually has soft locks. You can make it so that you cannot finish. I've only got 2 quarters right now. If I put one in Morgan... Oh, hold on a second. I have to be closer. If I put a quarter in Morgan the prognosticator here... Thank you, Morgan. You will wish you had that coin back. Well, shit. Let's get it back. Load game. Oops. Look away. Wait! Oh, I didn't actually save the game! Oh no! Oh no. Oh no, I actually didn't save. I was stupid. Okay, we're starting over. Well, guys, I'm just gonna rush through what we've already done. It's sad. I actually forgot to save. I selected the slot, but I didn't actually press save. Morgan just owned me. What the fuck? Nice. Well, we just got a Family Guy moment. I wish we could actually, like, call back moments like that. And be like, ah, geez, Lois, this is worse than the time I lost that quarter. Again, there's flashing light warnings. I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot. Hopefully that was too short to actually activate anyone's epilepsy. I'm pretty sure it has to be sustained before it's a problem. Alright, and we're back in the game. So, I was filling in the map. I'm just gonna... It might be kind of confusing here for a couple seconds. I'm just gonna hit every room that I was in before. Hit every major plot point that I did before. By the way, if you try to walk off the edge here, it's a long way down. That seems to be a bottomless pit. Okay, I guess I won't tempt fate. Right there. Alright, move this button. I kinda wish Twitch had that feature where we were able to do Family Guy type cutaway gags. Alright, we went over here. Back to the Old West. I can't open that door, but I can open this one. We moved to the minecart. We went in all these places, but we didn't actually accomplish much. We found a key. That's what I was here for. I was here for that key. I'm here for it. Open drawer. Look in drawer. Take key. I went in the saloon. I picked up a whiskey bottle. I went in the cemetery. I found out Mad Madigan had it coming. Mad Dog Madigan. Alright, we're just about to where I was. And see, this is why you can play the game really fast. If you know where you're going and what you're doing, this game just flies by. And I played it so many times that I know exactly where to go at pretty much all times. If you dislike clowns, you should have looked away 5 seconds ago. What was wrong with you? Why did you look at that clown? Now you're gonna have nightmares. I think he meant geez, Louise. Like that saying Louise. No, I'm a Family Guy. Yeah, I actually am proud of myself because I actually guessed. I thought you meant geez Louise at first too, but then I'm like, this is time worse than the time I lost my quarter. Sounds like something Peter would say, so I'm like, maybe he means Family Guy. And I was right. I'm a smart little girl. Hi Morgan. You fucking stole my quarter, you asshole. You made me start over. So yeah, this game can be completed super quick. Which is why I like streaming it, because I know how fast I can go with this game, and I just enjoy hanging out with you guys sometimes when we have nothing of consequence to talk about. Okay, I got turned around there. Alright, that should take care of this area. Alright, that should be a full maze. Yay, I filled it all in. Every sub-maze is square. And that's actually an important clue for later. We have reached... Oh, fuck! I forgot to actually get what the key unlocked. I forgot to do it twice. I always do this. Well, this is the teleporter, but we don't have the card key that actually activates it. Trying to press the buttons. The machinery remains quiet. Does nothing. I gotta go back through the maze. Yes, and it was the exact same silliness that I myself was experiencing, which is why I'm proud. Our psyches sort of aligned on that one. We just had the same thought at the same time. Alright, so the brass key actually unlocks this. Use the brass key to unlock the wardrobe. Open it. And let's see what we got here. Hey, we got a dictionary. We got a card key, which is what I needed. I don't know what it's doing here in the 1940s, but we also got a journal. And of course, journals always tell us clues. Let's take a look. Oh, I have to use the journal. The Journal of Professor Martin Garrett, April 1912. Oh wow, it's earlier than I thought. I begin this journal as I prepare for my second expedition to the ziggurat of the Sorcerer King. Oh, I guess that's what we're seeing in the middle of the Labyrinth, near Uxmal. A full account of my first attempt to excavate the site appears in my journal for 1910, but briefly, the excavations which begun so well ended in failure. We were successful in locating the site, and in our preliminary dig, but failed to gain access to the hidden treasure room that was apparently found by the notorious outlaw and adventurer Mad Dog Madigan in the year 1880. Legend has it that Madigan found the chamber and meant to return, and that he kept a map that revealed the treasure chamber. How many times I've wished I could find that map, if it exists. I even visited the site of the town of Revolver Springs, where Madigan is said to have been buried, but I was unable to locate the old cemetery. Hey, we know where that is. Hey, we know where Madigan's buried. I've always believed he had the map with him when he died, but I've gotten ahead of myself. The reason the ziggurat of the Sorcerer King is so fascinating is that he, whose name is not recorded anywhere, nearly conquered the whole of Mayan civilization during his brief and terrible reign. If I'm to prove my theories about the fall of the Mayans, I simply have to find his secret room, and I am now convinced that the mysterious talisman he is said to have used does exist, and may be hidden there. As the source of his powers, it promises to be a unique example of Mayan art and may tell us a great deal about the dark side of their beliefs. It is no exaggeration to say that my career depends on this discovery. All my work has pointed toward conclusions that can only be proved by what I believe is hidden under the ziggurat. Alright, so now we know that he's looking for a item that can destroy anything, any palace it is aimed at, and Mad Dog Madigan had the way to find it, but he can't find Mad Dog Madigan's grave. However, we know where it is. We just have to get this information to the professor so he can be successful. I have had some trouble getting supplies for the journey to the ziggurat, but I think that we'll be ready to leave within the next few days. I cannot really believe that we will find success this time. I can only try, of course, and perhaps the feeling of doom that oppresses me will vanish once we begin the expedition. It sounds superstitious, but part of this feeling is due to the loss of my lucky shirt during the last excavation. In our hurry to get back to the city, I seem to have lost the shirt. I began thinking of it as lucky after my first few archaeological digs, since I was always wearing it when major discoveries were made. I began to wear the shirt all the time in a foolish belief that it was a lucky token, and now that it's lost, I keep feeling that my luck was lost with it. It's strange how we can develop these ideas even when we're educated. All I know is that I'd feel much more hopeful if I could pack that shirt with the rest of my foot things. Alright, well, now we know that he's missing a lucky shirt. This guy just needs everything. He needs information on how to find the town. He needs a lucky shirt. Oh my god. Anyways, all the supplies are ready. We plan to leave for the site of the Sorcerer King's ziggurat tomorrow morning. There's still a sensation of doom hanging over me. I hope that it eases when we leave the city, but I cannot really believe that our expedition will meet with success. And that's the last entry. Poor guy. Guess he fell in a pit and died. He's actually the protagonist of Pitfall. He's gotta watch out for snakes and scorpions. Alright, now we can go back through the maze. I got what I needed. Yeah, this way. Sorry, chlorophobia, people. There's gonna be a lot of that clown. He's gonna show up quite a number of times while I'm playing. Alright, back to the teleporter again. Whew. This game has quite a bit of reading. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all this time, but I will at least read one entry that I read every single time. You slide the card key in the slot. The machine makes a weird moaning noise. Alright, I can't remember which button I want to press first. Let's go with green. Green feels good. Alright, we have been torn into atoms, thrown across the universe, and now we're in space! New Worlds Development. New Worlds Development, a division of Terra Nova Development, welcomes you to the digital library on the NWD space station in Earth orbit. We hope you'll find your visit enjoyable and informative. The public interface to the library archives is a simple terminal located south of this room. From the terminal's main menu, you can select a wide variety of subjects using the easy point-and-click display. Within the library archives is a vast array of information. It will take several years to transfer the remainder of human experience to our databanks. Then we can destroy humanity, and no new knowledge will ever be created. We regret that the rest of the space station is closed to the public due to the cost of the liability insurance, but there are several windows in the library hallway which offer a view of space that surrounds us, as well as a spectacular view of the Earth below. We hope you'll enjoy your stay with us. On leaving us, you may return to your teleportation station or continue on to the NWD Lunar Library. In case of emergencies, a special emergency transporter is available for use south of the library terminal. New Worlds Development, a division of Terra Nova Development. The sky is not the limit. Alright, we are now in space! There's the library terminal. I will come back to that. Let's go the other way. The library terminal is going to be a hell of a lot of reading, and I think I'm going to save it for a little bit, because after reading the journal, I don't want to go right back into reading yet another thing. I'm going to have to drink a lot of alcohol just to keep my voice from dying. Alright! There's an emergency teleporter here. Let's find out where it goes. You press the button. Well, I mean, I'm probably safer than I was in the space station. Oh, probably not. Never mind. On a mountain road facing east. Well, I mean, I can probably dodge between the rocks, right? There's enough space for a human to dodge between all those rocks. I'd have to do like a Naruto hand signal first, though. Jesus, those are quick. Okay, here we go. You barely avoid getting hit with a rock. Oh, good. Dude, I'm fast. Alright, we are in a Cretan hall facing east. And it is pronounced Cretan, unfortunately. That is where we get the word that means idiot. Because Greek people are kind of mean to each other. You know, everybody's kind of mean to each other. Hey, we found the bridge platform. But it's a long way down. This, unfortunately, we cannot get to the ziggurat yet. We have to find a way to get the bridge extended. Anyways, if you're not familiar with Crete, it is an island off the Greek coast in the Mediterranean. Let's look into this well. Hey, we can find an X. And my X. Take it? You take the laborers. Hey, that's the word that gives the, that's the root word for labyrinth. Anyway, in, I don't think, not prehistoric times, the writing had been invented. I don't know. There's just not a lot of records from Crete itself, as I understand it. There's just not a lot of writings found. But, so it's kind of a mysterious society. We know that there's ruins at Knossos that looked like very labyrinthine, which, gave rise to the idea that the ancient Greek story of the Minotaur and the labyrinth was true. The myth of the Minotaur. But it's really just that the city of Knossos has a very confusing layout. It kind of built up like all the rooms just kind of connect. It's kind of built up like one big house. Like all the rooms connect and you have to go through a lot of rooms to get to other rooms. They don't really have a concept of a hallway, to promote traffic flow. So really it's just a labyrinthine place to navigate. Alright. But anyways, according to Greek myth, we'll read more about this later, but according to Greek myth, there was a King Minos, who, some real shit happened to. Well, I'm taking this helmet. It's my helmet. I'm putting it on. With my sword and magic helmet. You're not wearing the helmet. Good. Anyways, King Minos, we'll talk more about him later. But that's what this game's about. And I have a deep, abiding love for labyrinths. It might be because one of my favorite movies as a kid was The Labyrinth with Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my long-winded spiel. I love the story behind this game. Alright. I think that's the entirety of the maze. Anyways, this is the second of 3 sub-mazes. There's actually 2 of these right next to each other. Let's take this paint. Maybe we can throw it on people wearing fur later. Hey, 1950s diner. Nice. Hey, soda jerk, get me a malted. Soda jerk. Bastard's not doing his job. Alright, we got a jukebox here. Let's see. I'm gonna save my quarters. Morgan said I'm going to want to use them later, but I will play on a song on the jukebox later. Hey, there's a telephone out here. Hey, we can call someone. Let's see if we can get through to anyone. Of course, we'd only be able to call people in the 1950s, so I'm not sure that's gonna help us. Maybe they can, like, write a historical article and say, open this in 40-some years. Then they open it and it's like, hey, don't let this guy get abducted off the subway. I'd like to think that somebody actually had that. They opened it and looked at it and said, you know what, I don't care. This isn't my job. Anyway, let's call somebody, get some help. You insert a coin in the slot. Oh, jackpot! Woo! Oh, that's why. This thing probably doesn't even have the concept of quarters. It only costs 5 cents. Alright, well, we managed to break the machine. And we got a bunch of... They should be nickels. Oh, stop. Sorry, I keep hitting look. Take. You take the quarters. Well, I don't know why there were a bunch of quarters. This thing only takes nickels. Alright, the bathroom is unfortunately paid. We must be in Europe somewhere. Alright, well, let's use another quarter to get in there. Oh, boy, another sub-maze. We are in a hedge maze. Which is actually my favorite. Actually, I don't know. A well-designed hedge maze is good, but I think I like probably mirror mazes. I don't know. I like mazes. I'm trying to think of what I like better. Hedge maze is a top contender. Of course, there's not really that many types of mazes. Corn maze. Corn maze is probably my favorite, now that I think about it. Because if you get lost, you can just cheat. Easy to just walk through the walls. And we all know I don't like challenges. I just like to play games. I'm a filthy casual. Mirror maze does sound fun, but I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, I actually don't like looking at myself, so that would be kind of a detriment. We put that in the minus pile. And that's a pretty big detriment for me. Oh, hey, you got a clock. What time is it? It is 3 o'clock. And it is actually this is actually true, except it's midnight where I am. If you tried to use a sundial right now here, you wouldn't be able to tell much of anything. I know it's impossible, but it's like, why aren't there moon dials? Because the moon is in a different position throughout the month. But it's still funny. What if somebody actually made one that worked? A dial that followed the time based... You'd have to, like, adjust it every single day of the month. But it would work. Let's take this screwdriver. I haven't done a corn maze in forever. I think I did one 2 years ago. And I did it with my mom and Val. And I try not to talk about it too much. Hey, here's the thing. Let's just move on. I don't want to talk about things like that. If anybody's unfamiliar, I don't have the best relationship with my mom. Anyway, let me get this screenshot into Paint. There we go. Alright, got that for later. Alright. So there's the solution to the sliding puzzle earlier. And, apparently we had to go all the way around. If we look at the map, we see that, hey, these rooms do connect, but we can't get through. We have to do the sliding puzzle from the other side. Sedge. Yeah, well, I guess technically the calendar is based on the moon, because it has... Well, here's the stupid part. A month is supposed to be one lunar cycle, but because people are superstitious, according to, you know, whoever you ask, depending on the historian, there's not 13 months because of not ancient, but medieval superstition. there really should be 13 months in a year. Because the moon goes through an entire phase in just a little over about 29 and a half days. Anyways, let's look at the jukebox. Good jukebox, what can we play here? Can't look any closer. Dang. We can look at the coin return slot. So, let's go ahead and use one of them quarters. Hey, something just fell out of the coin return slot. I can't believe they used this puzzle twice. That we have to put a coin in something. That's not a coin. You take the silver key. Yay! Well, I still wish I had played something. I would love to hear something from the Big Bopper. I actually don't know of any actual songs by the Big Bopper. I think, that was well before my time. Didn't he die in a plane crash with Buddy Holly? Or am I thinking of someone else? It doesn't matter. It was big news at the time. I remember people mourning the death of Buddy Holly. I think it was early 90s. Maybe 80s. If I remember it, then it must have been a really early memory. Oh, good thing you wear protective headgear. I didn't even think about it. Okay, basically, you can only go through the falling rock area once unless you're wearing the helmet or anything else that protects your head. Alright. But my thing about the moon is that... I was talking and I forgot what I was going to say. No, I said lunar calendar, that's what I was like. But, I just love pretty much anything to do with the moon. I think I might have the same autism that the, wife character in To the Moon had. Anyway, that's why leap years are a thing. Leap years are actually a thing because it's not exactly 365 days in a year. There's actually 365.24 days in a year. So every 4 years we have a leap year in order to readjust the calendar back to synchronize with the sun. And then also, it's not exactly, you might notice it's not exactly 0.25 at the end of that 365.24 days per year. And that means that every 100 years we skip a leap year. So if a year ends in 00, it's not a leap year. And here's the even fuckier part. Every 1,000 years, it is a leap year. So if it ends in 3 zeros, it is a leap year. Like the year 2000 was a leap year, but 2004 and 2000, but the years 2100 and 2200 will not be. But if there were 13 months, wouldn't we have them? So the idea for the calendar that I always see is 13 28-day months. And then what that would do is that would be 364 days. And then every year we would have a day that was just called like New Year Day or something like that. So that is like not part of any week. So basically it would be 365 days, and then on leap years we'd have 2 days. We'd have like New Year Day and extra New Year Day. I don't have autism. I might have some sort of neurodivergence, but I have not been diagnosed with anything, and I'm not seeking a diagnosis. So if I say stuff like that, keep me honest. Thank you, Sheldon. It's kind of a problem if you say you have a affliction that you don't have. Kind of muddies the waters. I do not have any diagnosed problems, but I probably have some mental deficiencies. Anyways, let's read the library. Alright, this is going to be a lot of reading. Let's get a drink. Woo! Alright, let's start from the bottom. Message from the librarian. I have lost all contact with the company headquarters on Earth, and with the lunar settlement as well. There was little warning. Over the past few days, there have been many sightings of a creature who calls himself King Minos, the name of that legendary king of ancient Crete. Most of these sightings involve I can't talk like that for too long, it's too deep. Most of these sightings involve very unlikely events, such as Minos appearing suddenly in the middle of a United Nations conference and somehow transporting the Security Council to parts unknown. Many apparently supernatural events involving this King Minos have been reported from all over the world. It seems impossible that a single person or entity could appear simultaneously in every nation of the earth. I hesitate to repeat these stories about mystical powers, quote-unquote death rays, and miraculous events. Minos has been credited with causing volcanoes to erupt, tidal waves to wipe out islands and coasts, and all manner of natural disasters. Minos has appeared on television and videophone channels throughout the world and demands that all nations submit to him. As soon as any government tries to mount a defense, Minos seems to appear just in time to prevent them. Most of the world's nations had already surrendered by the time I lost communications. As the communications link was severed, a power surge devastated the library archives. Almost all our data has been destroyed. Well, thank God, because I am not reading at all. Anyway, leaving little still available on the terminal, I was alone on the station at the time, and no message and no person has reached me since. I am not sure how safe the station's teleportation devices are. In fact, I am not sure that there is any place to go. I have been trying to recover the library data for the past 12 hours. I suppose I do this out of duty, since this sort of disaster is exactly what the library is here for, to preserve the accumulated knowledge of humankind. I have done my best, but there is very little left to save. Especially puzzling is that among the damaged data, I found many references to this King Minos, as though he has simultaneously appeared in every age of the Earth's history to demand our surrender. I have purged these references, since obviously they were not here originally, but their presence troubles me. That's actually pretty cool. They just explained why most of the data that's left on this terminal only involves the actual real history of King Minos. Because if he found any place where he wasn't supposed to be, this guy deleted the entry. That's actually a pretty cool way to explain why most of the data's gone. And all that it remains involves King Minos. Is it possible that this King Minos has somehow appeared, not only in every nation of the earth? I just want to say this game is really well put together. I'll point this out a couple times, but they really put an eye to the actual time travel element of this game. Is it possible that this King Minos has somehow appeared, not only in every nation of the earth, but throughout all time too? That he is some sort of supernatural creature who has found a way into our dimension and controls both space and time? If that's possible, I begin to wonder, could he actually be the King Minos of legend, returned from the land of the dead with powers we cannot understand? I have been working for too long, I think. These are ridiculous fantasies. Whatever he is, and it seems more likely he is an alien being, or a whole army of aliens who look alike, he cannot be the spirit of an ancient king, especially one that's probably mythological, probably never even existed. How long will it take before this creature notices me here in orbit? I will continue these notes, and if I'm able, after I get some rest. I hope that there will be someone someday to read them. Hey, that's me! I'm reading them! This is part of the reason I love these old games you don't see very much. But, I mean, most people will never experience it. Some people worked very hard on this game, and there's only going to be a scant few people who get to appreciate all the thought they put into it. That's kind of why I appreciate this. I'm by no stretch of the imagination calling this game crappy, but I kind of love crappy movies because, I mean, people put a lot of work into making them. You know, there's dozens, maybe hundreds of people involved, thousands of man hours. But if nobody watches them, it's all gone to waste. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm one of the few people who've experienced this. I don't know, maybe it's just like an old person thing to think like that. I still appreciate this huge stuff that people like blockbusters and Marvel movies, but you know, it's fun to see things that a lot of people won't. Anyways, let's read up on the history of this library. So first up, we'll do the history of Terra Nova development. Founded in 1990 by Michael Todorovich and Bradley W. Shank, Terra Nova Development began as a humble entertainment software company. Hey! They made this game I'm playing! With the success of the company's titles, it soon branched out into other ventures, and by the year 2005 began research into space settlement. Oh man, this is like if Elon Musk were an actual competent person. The coming years saw development of the orbital space station lunar colony and the beginning of the Mars terraforming project, all overseen by Terra Nova's division of New Worlds development. That is true, even though I don't have a huge movie experience. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, there's something fun about watching something that people put a lot of work into, but where it's technically improficient. That's basically my entire, that's how I operate as a YouTube or Twitch streamer, is that I put a lot of work into things, but, you know, overall, I'm still kind of a crappy product. The audio's bad, I don't have a camera or facial rig, the AI art I generate as an avatar for myself has hands that don't make sense, but, you know, I put a lot of work into making the backgrounds and, you know, trying to make things, interesting to watch, I hope. I hope that comes through sometimes. I love that you guys join me for it. I am so appreciative of it. Anyways, New World's development. A division of Terra Nova development, the sky is not the limit. Oh, there was another thing there, wasn't there? Oh, okay. The founder splits up into two different places. Alright, so Bradley W. Shank. I bet... Damn it. I was gonna say, I bet they were going alphabetically, but then I thought, wait, what are their last names? But it's still alphabetic if you go by last name. So poor Michael Todorovich doesn't get top billing here. Bradley W. Shank was born in Southern California in 1958. His early career was quite varied, as he worked as an illustrator, freelance writer, fine artist, musical instrument builder, and draftsman. By the way, these people are the actual two people who made this game. In 1987, he turned into the growing field of computer graphics and software development. His special interest from the start was in entertainment software. Shank believed that in the years to come, the possibilities of computer games would lead to an entirely new techniques of storytelling, and resolved to be involved in that evolution. So this is like a person's LinkedIn profile. As a co-founder of Terra Nova Development, Shank first worked on the game design and graphics for an interactive adventure called The Labyrinth. Well, it ended up being called The Labyrinth of Time, but whatever. The project took over a year. This is so meta. The project took over a year and a half, and when complete, involved hundreds of megabytes of ray-traced images and animations. The game was one of the first to fully exploit the mass storage technology of CD-ROM drives, and was so well received that it's actually certain that you reading this bought a copy. In fact, I did. I bought this game several times. By the way, this game is available on Steam. They actually uploaded their entire library to Steam early on in Steam's tenure, so this is actually kind of cool. They did keep up with development, but they've only actually put out a few games. I think like 3 games total. The company still exists though, and you can actually give them your money by buying this on Steam or Good Old Games. This is not an advertisement. I just love this game and think people should play it. Shank and Todorovich continued to build on the foundations of the Labyrinth for years to come, gradually adding more and more depth and interactivity with each release. As Terra Nova Development branched out into other ventures, Shank continued his active role in game design and illustration up until his tragic death while trying to convert a convertible sports car into a space vehicle. I am wondering if this is where Elon Musk got the idea for launching a car into space, because it really seems like he is following the exact footsteps of the people in this game. It is so weird. Anyway, to this day that experiment continues its stable orbit with Shank at the wheel, and is known by astronomers as the Ragtop satellite. So this guy died because he forgot he was in a convertible and hit a button accidentally that opened his cabin to the elements. I mean, if I'm going to write my own method of death, I would hope I had fun like this guy did. Like, I don't know how I'd want to go out, but I think it would involve falling, because I love the experience of falling for a long time, and you don't get to experience that much in your lifetime. So I'd probably like go skydiving and not open my parachute. But, and let's make this very clear, it's just like one of those idle thoughts. It's not something I'd actually do. Hey Nixel, I want to go out drunk. He shot a car into space? Should I ask? I really don't actually know much. Oh, he basically has a car that is orbiting the sun halfway between Earth and Mars's orbits. I'm gonna open the door to infinity again, guys. Oh no! Door to infinity. Let me see. SpaceX car. Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster. Its electric sports car that served as the dummy payload for the February 2018 Falcon Heavy test flight became an artificial satellite of the sun. A mannequin in a spacesuit dubbed Starman occupies the driver's seat. The car and rocket are products of Tesla and SpaceX, respectively. Both companies headed by Elon Musk. The 2010 Roadster is personally owned and previously used by Musk for commuting to work. It is the first production car launched into space, which... You know what? Fuck that guy thinking in retrospect, because it's now just junk. At some point, it's either gonna fall to Earth or cause someone so many huge problems they're trying to explore space. Anyway, yep, that's what it looks like, and that's the entire story. But you know, don't contribute to space junk. It's a big enough problem already, and only getting worse. Right. Michael Todorovic was born in Fort Collins, Colorado in 1968. He later on moved to Southern California to attend the University of California at Santa Barbara, where he received a Bachelor's of Science degree in mathematics. Todorovic started his career in computers by writing various business-related computer software packages. As a co-founder of Terra Nova Development, Todorovic designed and programmed the software behind the interactive adventure title called The Labyrinth. So this is the tech guy, and Shank was the art guy. That's a good question, Nixel. Don't ever find out. You'll only get sad if you learn about anything about that person. As a co-founder of Terra Nova Development... Oh, I already read that? While his partner, Bradley W. Shank, worked on the game design and graphics. Although the game was widely heralded for the breakthrough quality of its graphics, the underlying software design allowed Shank and Todorovic to easily produce new titles in the areas of education, reference, multimedia, as well as entertainment. These products helped Terra Nova Development become the large corporation it is today. Todorovic guided Terra Nova Development as it branched out into space exploration. After Shank's tragic death trying to convert a convertible sports car into a space vehicle, Todorovic became obsessed with creating safer methods of transportation. After many years of research and a huge monetary investment, which nearly bankrupted Terra Nova Development, Todorovic was able to bring about the modern-day teleporter. However, at the high point of his success, Todorovic mysteriously disappeared during a news conference as he was about to become the first human to be teleported across California. A power surge apparently interrupted the teleportation process. It is not clear where, or even if, Todorovic might have reintegrated. Oh, it's a person. I thought it was a toy. Yeah, don't keep that in mind. Just live with that fantasy, because it's better than reality. Alright? So, one of the things I did want to point out about the teleporters is that they rip you apart atom by atom, throw you across space, and remake you on the other side. Now, my question is, why do they have to rip you apart? Wouldn't they be able to just make a copy of you on the other side? And conversely, doesn't that mean that when they pull you into little atoms, they have killed you and just spat out a copy on the other side of the teleporter? I don't think I'd ever want to actually use a teleporter. Now, if it were a wormhole where it's something you walk through like the Stargate, yeah, I'd probably do that. I just do not want my atoms pulled apart piece by piece. Anyway, the Orbital Library is a recent addition to the space station, which was constructed in 2012 by New World's Development. Wow! The far-off distant year of 2012. That was only 20 years after this game was made. I think they were a little bit, optimistic about their prospects of its success. Anyway, the purpose of the library was to act as a repository of human knowledge kept off-planet in an effort to preserve our store of knowledge despite anything that may happen on the surface of the Earth. The library archives have been designed to contain copies of all the information gathered over the centuries in traditional archives such as the British Museum, the North American Library of Congress, and France's Bibliothèque Nationale. While the entire process of reproducing these libraries is likely to take another decade, progress to date has been swift. The library director is largely concerned with these data transfers and with protecting the data against damage. The public is invited to examine the archives through the convenience of the terminal, this device. Any unresolved questions or reports of damaged data should be addressed to the library director. And I'm not going to read the slogan again. Yeah, those are my items. Give them back. Oops. Alright, so there are a couple more entries. Let's see how many there are. Do I actually want to read all of these? Alright, there's only one about teleporters there. History is split into each continent. Antarctic history, unfortunately, is all gone. We no longer know if Antarctica ever existed. Let's see. Asian history has nothing. Sorry, Asians. The future will not remember anything that happened to you. I'm very sorry to tell you. Neither you, Australia. And I bet there's something about Europe, of course. European history survives. Oh, and the Americas actually have 3 separate sections. Alright, one on Mayan culture, one on the Old West, and... oh, sorry, South America. You don't exist anymore. And, oh, just you hate to see it. Africa, my heart goes out to you, but we know nothing about you anymore. Alright, let's read that one on teleporters. There's only about 4 more, entries, so I think I can read them all. Whew. Oh yeah, hi Nixel. Thanks for joining us. I always love seeing you. Our modern-day teleporter was originally designed and tested by New World's Development, division of Terra Nova Development, in the middle of the 21st century. Basically, a teleporter is a device that is able to encode matter into energy, project that energy across vast distances, and usually reassemble the energy back into the original pattern. I don't like that word usually. I think I'd want it to be, you know, every time. Although teleporters were originally created by the United States military to be used as space defense ray guns, it became clear later that the radiation debris left from targets could be reintegrated relatively easily. However, it was difficult to collect more than 80% of original mass and reassemble that mass into its original order. Dear God! Why does anybody use these things? Oh my God! This just gets worse and worse. Michael Todorovich, co-founder of Terra Nova Development, picked up where the military left off. Along with massive research and development side of New World's development, Todorovich was able to create a system where the organization of the object to be teleported was encoded with the radiation produced. As a result, they were able to reintegrate objects in a highly precise manner. Later on, they perfected the technique of directing the radiation so that objects could be reintegrated in different locations. The modern-day teleporter was born. Alright, so it is important to note that the teleporter does not go faster than light. You actually have to make the trip from the original teleporter to the receiving teleporter. Unfortunately, Todorovich was killed in an earlier teleporter accident. However, New World's development continued teleporter development to the point where they are the safest, fastest, and most cost-effective means for transporting goods and people over large distances. You know what? I could see using teleporters for inanimate objects. As a supply line, that would be great, but using it on people? Probably not. Alright, that's all we know about teleporters. Let's see, let's finish with European history. So we've got American history, and was that it? Oh no, there were 2 entries in American history, right? Yeah, okay. We've got Central America and North America. Let's start with Central America. Mayan culture. So this is all that has remained about the, all of Mayan culture, Sorcerer King. I actually don't know if this legend is true. The fact that the everything about King Minos in this game is actually from the mythological story of King Minos, I'm wondering if the Sorcerer King is actually a true thing about Mayan culture that I'm just not familiar with. Anyway, one legend of the ancient Maya concerns a powerful Sorcerer King who is said to have lived near Uxmal. His name is not known, legend says, because after he was overthrown, his enemies wiped out any reference to him from their records, and destroyed all of the monuments the Sorcerer King had built during his brief and terrible reign. I actually think the Sorcerer King might just be made up whole cloth for this game. How's my bitrate doing? My, stream keeps dropping. Okay, it looks good for now. Anyway. The Sorcerer King seems to have studied the black arts from a master magician, then turned his magical power towards conquest. The legends describe a mysterious talisman which the king used to overpower his enemies. The king is supposed to have pointed the talisman at the keystone, or foundation stone, of an enemy's palace, and the talisman would destroy that keystone. The entire palace would then be destroyed, and the king would take over the enemy's territory. The last of his enemies are supposed to have joined together and attacked the king unexpectedly. Once helpless, he was sacrificed to his own dark gods. The only scientist to take any of this seriously was Professor Martin Garrett, who had a brilliant early career but wasted his later life in an obsession with this ridiculous folktale. After his second unsuccessful attempt to find evidence for his theories that the Mayan ziggurat, or pyramid, that he claimed to have been the home of the Sorcerer King, Garrett's reputation was ruined. He was never able to obtain sponsorship for a third expedition and ended his life in obscurity and shame in 1935. His colleagues did find a number of other ziggurats in the region, which had been completely destroyed during the Mayan period and often jokingly attributed to Crazy Garrett's Sorcerer King. Alright, so now we know Professor Garrett never succeeded in finding the Sorcerer King's tomb. Sad. I actually wonder if that... I've actually never checked, but I think that library entry might change. Oh my god, there's two things here. Alright, let's talk about ghost towns. Revolver Springs. Let me get a drink. Dear god, there's more reading than I thought there'd be. The town of Revolver Springs, California had a brief period of prosperity after it was founded in 1872. Located near a wet railway, it became a profitable way station for prospectors going to and from the goldfields and for traders bringing wares from the port of San Francisco. The origin of the town's name is uncertain. One story claims that an early citizen, Big Earl Ardrey, died during a gunfight when he dropped his revolver into the local waterhole. Revolver Springs began to decline in the year 1880. Wow, that's only 8 years, that's quick. But proposed railroad expansion seemed sure to bring new life to the town in the spring of 82. On May 1st of that year, however, a massive earthquake struck the town. A fire began, and the entire town of Revolver Springs burned to the ground in less than an hour. Survivors hoped to rebuild immediately, but the railroad chose instead to relocate its station to a nearby town of Dog Breath. Without its single source of income, Revolver Springs was never rebuilt. The inhabitants scattered and the nearby mines closed. The burnt-out buildings of the town quickly were absorbed into the desert, and it takes an experienced eye to locate the site today. Alright, so now we know that they moved to the town where Mad Dog Madigan was buried. But we don't know where they moved it to. Well, I guess to Dog Breath, but we don't know where the cemetery ended up. We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Hey, Mad Dog Madigan. It's kind of funny. I actually don't know why the only entries... It actually kind of makes sense. If the only entries that survived were ones that relate to the quest you're supposed to go on in this game, that means they're kind of... It's kind of a time loop. The history itself is leading you to the solution to this puzzle. But that's only because you're able to solve it. And because you're able to solve it, the puzzle remains, still has integrity. Anyway, Augustus Mad Dog Madigan was an unusual sort of outlaw. He considered himself an explorer and adventurer who was constantly troubled by local law enforcement officials who just didn't appreciate him. Since most of his explorations were funded by the proceeds from bank and train robberies, the local sheriff's attitude is understandable. Madigan hated his first name. Legend has it that at the age of 14 he located his father, not an easy task in itself. Ooh, man, they just called his mama whore. They just called his mama whore and shot him. Oh. Not for deserting Madigan's mother, but for inflicting the name Augustus on him. He's like, never mind. I thought they were implying that his mother had sex with a lot of men, but no, I think they're just saying that it was hard to find Madigan, the senior Madigan. That day marked the first of Madigan's misunderstandings with the law, and he set out for Mexico on the first of his explorations. Several stagecoaches provided the funds needed for the adventure, and the pattern of Madigan's life was set. During the 30 years, Madigan repeated the pattern, staying for a while in New Mexico, Arizona, or California, then having a misunderstanding and traveling off the horizon. He claimed to have visited Tahiti, Hawaii, and the Caribbean during a seafaring phase, and to have traveled on horseback to Tierra del Fuego at the southern tip of South America. Madigan was so frustrated at not being able to ride the rest of the way to Antarctica that he then had a misunderstanding that left about a dozen people dead, and he immediately set out for his exploration of Canada. Dear God. I mean, this man really existed. He needs to be stopped. Little is known about these northern adventures. We do know that from 1878 to 1880, Madigan settled down in the town of Revolver Springs, California. He apparently had a good relationship with the town sheriff until late in 1880, when the sheriff discovered what Madigan's first name was. This led to another misunderstanding, after which Madigan headed for the wild country of Mexico. The remainder of his story is only known from the accounts of Revolver Springs tavern keeper Rick Unland, who heard it from Madigan on his return from Mexico. Madigan told a tall tale of finding several huge pyramids in the Badlands, mostly overgrown but visible enough to to a nearby observer. He claimed that these structures were near Uxmal, and in fact it is known that there are numerous Mayan ruins there. In one of these ziggurats, pyramids, in case you don't know what a ziggurat is, it's a pyramid. Madigan apparently discovered a hidden treasure room, cleverly hidden and sealed. Madigan had never revealed how he'd gotten inside, but claimed to have the whole thing described in a map where they always kept on his person. The outlaw intended to return to the ruins in the autumn with pack horses to carry the treasure, but unfortunately he never made it. The day after his return to Revolver Springs, he was killed by the widow of the town's sheriff. If the map existed, it must have been buried with him, since no one has ever come back with the Mayan treasure. Alright. That actually probably changes too, once we change the past. Anyways, that's all our North American history. Let's see what we know about, Europe. Ancient Crete. Alright, Legend of the Labyrinth. Alright guys, so this is the entry that I read every single time. It contains my favorite story from mythology. Actually, I'm just gonna say favorite. Here we go. In the ancient days before the land of Greece was called Greece, the Mediterranean Sea was ruled by the people of Crete. The Cretans, in turn, were ruled by King Minos, whose palace was built at Knossos, near the sea. The merchant... Excuse me for a second, let me get a drink. The merchants and navies of Crete sailed throughout that part of the world, selling Cretan goods to the Greeks and others, and taxing them for protection from the pirates of the seas. For the most part, these pirates were Cretans, but they collected the tax anyway. So basically they're being blood dry from two directions. An Athenian named Daedalus was the greatest craftsman of his time. He was forced to flee to Athens and became the master builder of Minos' kingdom on Crete. His many inventions gained him the favor of King Minos. The palace at Knossos was equipped with 3 different systems for running water, one for drainage, one for drinking, and one for sewage. Minos' queen Pasiphae and her daughters became very fond of Daedalus and often asked him for amusing inventions or for help with their problems. So things continued for a long and happy time. Some say that Minos angered Poseidon, god of the sea, others that Queen Pasiphae boasted and offended Aphrodite, the goddess of love. For whatever reason, it happened that a great white bull appeared on the island of Crete, the largest and most handsome bull ever seen. Note, for the missing part of the story, ask the librarian for the adult password. You don't need the adult password, we're talking about it right now. So, this is probably my favorite legend, or favorite mythology story, but what happened is Pasiphae fell in love with the great white bull that Poseidon sent, and she wanted to, let's just say couple with it. But, you know, it's kind of difficult for that to happen. So, what she did is she had Daedalus, create a hollow cow, that she could climb inside and just, point herself towards the back of it, and then when the bull mounted up, you know, he would be, coupling with her. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. Let's move on. And so, no, it skipped more than that. Okay, from this, she became pregnant, but of course the baby was half bull and half human, which is where we get the Minotaur from. That is right up my alley. And God, I kind of want that to go right up my alley too. Anyway, so that's now, the part that they skipped was the hollow cow, what Pasiphae did with the bull, and her resultant impregnation by said bull. And so Minos, enraged at Daedalus, obviously angry that he helped her do this, forced him to... You know what? If you skip that part of the story, you have no idea why he's mad at Daedalus, and that's sad. Forced him to build the greatest and most lasting monument, the Labyrinth. This was a huge and confusing maze, more vast than any maze seen in the ancient or modern world. Daedalus himself was imprisoned, together with his son Icarus, beneath the labyrinth. At the labyrinth's center, King Minos placed the Minotaur, that beast with the head of a bull and body of a man, who was the son of Queen Pasiphae. I guess if you had enough, knowledge, as a kid, I actually knew what they were talking about here. The Minotaur... Okay, I'm gonna finish this paragraph, then I'll talk. The Minotaur raged and thundered at the labyrinth's heart, but could not escape. As a kid, I did understand what happened here. I didn't know the story of Queen Pasiphae at the time, or anything about Daedalus or anything like that. I was familiar with the story of Icarus, but I had no idea who Daedalus was. Anyway, the reason I knew, is that I actually helped my grandfather breed horses. So I was actually quite familiar with the concept of, breeding mounts and, you know what? Let's just say extraction. So I knew where babies came from. Let's see. Every army was sent to the Greek cities for a tribute of gold, and now for young men and women. These Minos sent into the labyrinth, where they were slain and devoured by the Minotaur. No one could stand against the navies of King Minos, and so the tribute continued for many years. During these years, Daedalus and his son Icarus escaped from beneath the labyrinth, but that tragic story does not concern us now. That is the story the most famous story about Icarus, where Daedalus made wings out of wax and feathers, but if they flew too low, the sea spray would dissolve the wax, and if they flew too high, the heat of the sun would melt it. Daedalus managed to survive the flight, but Icarus flew too close to the sun because he was, joyfully flying around, fell into the sea and died. They also skipped the story of, I think it was Theseus, or was it Perseus? I always get these two mixed up. Is it Perseus and Ariadne? Or Theseus and Ariadne? Theseus. So, in they skipped over the part, Theseus, helped by King Minos' daughter Ariadne, he found his way to the center labyrinth, killed the Minotaur, and, got back out, and then they escaped and left Crete, but Theseus, being an asshole, left Ariadne asleep, on the banks of a river, and just sailed off. He's just kinda like, I'm done with you, bitch. Anyway, eventually a Cretan ship brought from Athens a shipment of young men and women. Oh, there it is! God damn it, they didn't skip that story. Young men and women. With them was Theseus. I'm talking about it and it's right on screen. I'm sorry guys, I'm an idiot sometimes. The heir to the throne of Athens. Theseus won the love of Ariadne, one of the daughters of Minos, and she swore to help him kill the Minotaur. Alright, see you later, Sheldon. Thanks for watching. This is the last entry, everybody. So once this is done, I'll get back to the game. When Theseus was brought to the labyrinth, Ariadne was waiting for him just inside. Silently she handed him a razor-sharp sword forged by Daedalus, and she herself carried a magical ball of string that the master craftsman had given her. She tied one end to the string to a pillar, and it rolled out ahead of them, leading straight to the heart of the maze. When they reached the center of the labyrinth, the Minotaur leapt out at Theseus, and they fought a deadly battle. The Minotaur was much larger than a man, and Theseus was a short, wiry prince. If half the Minotaur's blows had landed, Theseus would have been battered to the floor. I don't know why this historical article is doing a play-by-play of the battle, but I'm here for it. I like hearing about this. Yeah, get him, Theseus. Get him, Minotaur. Kill that little boy. I want the Minotaur to win. Because, what did the Minotaur do? He's just a poor little baby they put in a little maze, and he never learned anything. Maybe he would have been smart if they would have educated him. Who knows? He was half human. He wasn't a total beast. Anyway, the prince danced in and out between the beast's horns and struck again and again. At last, as the sharp horn swept over his head, Theseus struck with all his strength, and the Minotaur's huge head went flying from his shoulders. No, my love! Poor Minotaur. Grabbing the head as proof of his victory, the prince followed Ariadne into the labyrinth. As they emerged from the earth itself began to shake, and the maze and palace of Gnosis were toppled to the ground. Man, it must have been a load-bearing boss. Theseus, Ariadne, and the other Athenians ran for the harbor, where they sank Minos' ship and set sail for Athens, and abandoned Ariadne along the way. The rule of King Minos was ended. While Minos is remembered for his evil deeds, he was considered... This is supposed to be about Crete, not Minos specifically. I think the article writer got, off topic. But he was considered in ancient and medieval times to have been the first real judge in Europe. In his early reign, he was famous for delivering justice from his throne. Indeed, his reputation may have outlived him in more ways than one. When Dante had his vision of the Inferno, King Minos presided over a court of the dead. The ancient king had the task of choosing what part of hell to send souls to, so it would seem that his power continued to grow even after his death. Since no other poet has ventured there since Dante, it's hard to say just what Minos has become since then. I did it! I read the entire library, guys. I know all the knowledge of human history. And I am out of drink. So I'm gonna take a quick be right back. Oh god. Okay, good. I had a stream crash there. Alright, so I'm gonna take a quick be right back. Enjoy the public domain music that this game has. And I'm gonna be back with more alcohol and probably not, no, I can't have another edible. That would kill me. I'm way too high already. Alright. Here we go. Whew, I am back. Quick personal note about this particular stream. You may notice that all of my title art is me as a minotaur. Look at them horns. Looks so cute. I've to stress this, and but I am not that cute in real life. I am that tiny, but I'm not that cute. Like a little stick goblin thing. Anyway, are we back? There we go. God, my stream seems to be running behind. Let me try reloading real quick. Alright, this is so weird. Anyways, as I was saying, all the art in this game features me as a minotaur. And, that's on purpose. I love the Legend of the Minotaur in the Labyrinth. And also, there's not very many things in this game that I could actually model myself off of. Usually I try to take like a character from the game, but there's really nobody that you see other than Daedalus. So it's kind of hard to do that. Anyway, we've already been to green. We are at green right now, so there's still blue. And just as a note, orange leads back to the mirror maze. So let's do blue. Alright, we are... well actually I don't know where we are. We can't even see. New world development. New Worlds Development, a division of Terra Nova Development, welcomes you to the museum on the moon. We hope you'll find your visit enjoyable and informative. Throughout the museum, you'll find monitors like this one which explain the exhibits. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask the uninformed. Don't hesitate to ask the uninformed security guards in each room. The museum was founded as part of New Worlds Development's program of space settlement and exploration. The exhibits have been gathered here to enrich the lunar culture and to protect them from any dangers that might be exposed to on the surface of the Earth. Please do not touch any of the exhibits. Many are extremely rare and fragile and are protected by a sophisticated alarm system. In the first room you'll find the Ancient Earth Artifacts collection, your original exhibits. Here are examples of art and technology from our earthly past. The technological exhibits are especially amusing. The second most recent collection is the Alien Artifacts Room. These objects discovered in the course of space exploration, which we cannot even identify. We regret that the rest of the lunar settlement is closed to the public due to the cost of liability insurance, but there is a window in the Alien Artifacts Room which overlooks a typical lunar landscape. We hope you'll enjoy your stay with us. On leaving us, you may return to your teleportation station or continue on to the NWD space station in Earth orbit. We just came from the space station, so we don't need to do that. So, yeah, we got ourselves a museum with only 6 exhibits. First up, this one, what's this about? We got a pipe exhibit, just a pipe through broken glass, I'm pretty sure. Display damaged. Oh, I'm an idiot. Seek your area for further information. Damn, I thought the pipe was the exhibit. It's modern art, I'm telling you. This is like outsider art. This is like when, Homer Simpson gets angry making a grill. Alright, here we have what appears to be a lute. Renaissance lute. The European lute, be popular between 15th and 17th centuries, was typically built with a round back and strung with gut. Its frets were used on the fingerboard. These were generally short pieces of gut tied in place. The lute is based on Middle Eastern traditional instruments from Iraq, the oud, and the Iran, the tambour, although local variations appear throughout the Middle East and Eastern Europe. So basically it's a combination of a string instrument. There were a lot of those, like, you know, shamisen, whatever, just a bunch of strings pulled tight over a board, but the main addition is the hollow body, which gives it a resonating sound. This fine example was acquired by New Worlds Development from the Lackman collection of musical instruments through the efforts of Ray Giles, curator. Alright, these entries are all pretty short. We got ourselves the little cuckoo clock. Table clock. This late 19th century table clock was built in Switzerland, a country whose reputation for timepieces is well known. It comes to New Worlds Development from the private collection of Terra Nova Development's co-founder, Michael Todorovich, who could never remember exactly where he'd gotten it from. According to Todorovich, it just sort of turned up in my attic one day. That sounds like a mystery that we have to solve, but no. No, it's a red herring. Unfortunately, there's no attic, there's no clock, but we do recognize this Victrola. We've seen this before. This primitive musical player from around the year 1912 formerly the possession of noted archaeologist Professor Martin Garrett. Hey, that's the guy whose room we invaded back in the hotel. Professor Garrett carried this gramophone with him on all his expeditions, including his disastrous final visit to the ziggurat of the Sorcerer King near Uxmal in Central America. New Worlds Development takes pride in presenting this artifact, interesting not only as a technology, but as a memento of a brilliant, if misguided, scientist. The gramophone was obtained from Professor Garrett's estate, and WD purchased the entire estate outright, although unfortunately there were no items of archaeological value. Alright, so this collection is pretty much built out of Professor Garrett's old belongings. That really helps us. Now we know that if we do something in the past, Professor Garrett will have something for us in the future. This red unicycle of unknown origin comes from the historical collection of Schwab Robotics Incorporated. The Schwab Group made its fortune in the manufacture of recumbent bicycles and went on to establish itself as Earth's leading developer of robotic machinery. Schwab Robots was used extensively in the construction of this lunar settlement. I'm wondering if this is like... No? No? Okay, good. Sorry. I thought Pickles was trying to climb up on my desk and I was trying to prevent her from that. She's not allowed there, and she knows it. Anyway... I just don't want to have to deal with, like, paws that have recently been digging through poop, being all over the place where I put my hands all the time. Anyway, I'm wondering if this Schwab guy was a friend of the developers who actually owned like a bicycle shop. Anyway, of this lunar settlement, the NW space station and NW star. Okay, New World's development obtained this perfectly preserved unicycle as a bequest from Leo Schwab, founder of Schwab Robotics. Maybe he really liked unicycling too. Maybe he was like a hipster. He liked unicycled to work every day with his oiled mustache. Marble statue. The origin of this interesting female statue is shrouded in mystery. I don't think we're allowed to show these polygons. Holy crap. That is some very detailed breast stitches. Huh, we're gonna have to censor that. Anyways, it was discovered in the luggage compartment of a 1993 Morgan Plus 8 Roadster, formerly the property of late Bradley W. Schenck, a founder of Terranova Development. We don't ask why it has realistic genitalia, or why it kinda stunk. Efforts to date the statue have been inconclusive, and its provenance is as much a mystery as the fact that it could fit in the luggage compartment. The statue became the property of New World's development because no one was in the parking garage of the company where the statue was discovered, and also nobody wanted to take ownership of this guy's sex doll. Alright, so those are all the exhibits. We got ourselves a picture of the lunar surface. There appears to be a monolith out there from 2001. I should go touch it and be transported to Jupiter, and then further on into the unknown. This window faces on a typical lunar landscape outside the lunar settlement of New World's development. Depending on the time of day, a spectacular Earthrise may be visible here. Actually, more about the time of week. On the moon, if you're standing on the moon, the Earth will come into view once every month, and a day will last 2 weeks. Someday the entire settlement. Wait, no, actually, is that? Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, depending on the time of day. Oh, never mind. Someday the entire settlement will be open to the public, including guided tours to the various spectacular landmarks that make the moon a unique vacation spot for the entire family. Until then, please enjoy this simple panoramic view as a taste of things to come. Please refrain from touching the window. I'm trying to think, because of the position of the moon and the Earth, the moon always faces the same face of the moon always faces the Earth. They're what's called tidal locked. So you'll only see the end, so the moon will be turning and wait, no. No, okay, never mind. Wouldn't it be impossible to see an Earthrise on the moon? Because the same face is always facing the Earth. The Earth would never move in the sky. Yeah, you'd either be facing away from Earth all the time or facing toward it all the time. The Earth would always be in the same spot, no matter where you stood on the moon. Well, that was wrong. If you stood in one place on the moon, the Earth would always be the same spot in the sky at all times. The sun would move. It would take about 2 weeks for the sun to move across the sky, but the Earth would always be in the same spot. Anyway. So there's no such thing as an Earthrise on the moon. Unless you're, like, traveling around it. Until then, please enjoy this simple panoramic view as a taste of things to come. Please refrain from touching the window. We would not want another accident. Ooh. Okay, maybe that's not a monolith. That might be a tombstone. Oh, poor guy. Okay, we have an alien artifact. It is obviously the most dazzling belt we ever will have, so we have to have this. I have taken the alien belt. And now I'm gonna be fabulous. Everywhere I go, a dance party starts up around me, 'cause I got a flashing neon belt. Alright, looking at this artifact, it appears to be some sort of tusk machine. No idea what it does. Let's just start moving levers at random. You see a lever in a game, you gotta move them all. Oh god, I'm sorry, ma'am. Oh! I seem to have killed someone. Let's move along before we get arrested. Well, I'm a murderer. Still got my flashing belt though, so it was worth it. Sorry ma'am, you had to die so I could be magnificent. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to... Okay, what is... So this is hiragana, it looks like, but it looks... What is that? Keikiya? Maybe makiya? Let me look up katakana real quick. I learned hiragana and katakana, but all I can do is read it. If it's not a cognate in hiragana and katakana, I can't really tell what it says. That first one is a ku. Oh no, it's not ku. It extends too far. Yeah, it's K. Alright, so K, and actually, I think, isn't that middle one a, kanji? Oh, it could be chi. Oh, it is chi. Okay. Kechiya. Kechiya. Ketchiya. Maybe it means Ketchiya? Because if you see something in katakana, it usually means it originates from another language. Let me make sure that I got ya right. Yeah, that's ya. Okay. I have no idea what says Ketchiya. Alright, I slid the card into the slot. I mean, cards don't feel good in there. There's other things I prefer to slide into the slot. And we're going back to the mirror maze. Yep, it just tore apart my items. Rip poor lady and rip me. You know what? I don't think I can be, prosecuted for the death of the lady. I'm not the person who killed her. After going through that teleporter, I am legally a distinct copy of the person who killed her, but I am not the person who killed her. Alright, now that we have more quarters, let's see what Morgan has to say. Because, we did wish we had that quarter back. I had to go through hell to do it. Alright, so next empty slot. Save game. Just to make sure. I can... Okay, so... Oh, I click what I want, and then load game. Okay, good. Let's see. So Morgan requires payment for his work. There's my quarters. I've got 12 of them. So this is the hint system for the game. Morgan basically, once you have the quarters for it, will tell you little hints about what to do. The future is what the past has made it. Well, okay. If you cannot reach your goal, you must learn to build bridges. A blank piece of paper is full of potential. Now, I've been giving you some of the, answers to these riddles, but I'm going to let you see if you figure out what each of these clues mean. Beep beep, Harpo marks. That one's going to be difficult, because even I don't know what that clue means. Great power hides behind the thrones of kings. Alright. You will meet a tall, dark stranger. I'm not actually even sure if that one's true. You only meet one other person in this game, and he has blonde hair. Sometimes a closed door holds greater opportunity than an open one. Some doors were never meant to be opened. See, this is what, people point to when they say there's two doors in this game. I've already shown you one that don't seem to be opened in any way at all. So, yeah. This might be what that clue means. That's what people think that clue means, at least. If one could speak to the past, how would it answer? I think that might be the last coin I can... No, I can put another one in. It's all done with mirrors. Whatever will be, will be. Doris Day. Alright, this is my last quarter. I'm gonna reload after I use it. Morgan the Magician thinks you ought to figure this out yourself. You son of a bitch. Alright, let's reload our game. And I got my quarters back. Alright. Just pass through that room as quickly as possible so we don't see the clown. And let's look up. Oh, wait, what? Huh. I think there's a bug here. There might be a bug in this version of the game. Oh no, I killed the Wicked Witch of the West. Or was it Wicked Witch of the East? I think the Wicked Witch of the West is the one that died. Or Good Witch of the North. So it's Good Witch of the North. Anyways, whatever, I killed her. And I took her crystal slippers. You wonder if Minos will get your little dog too. Oh! Oh, did I kill... Yes, I did. I killed the Wicked Witch of the... She wasn't here before. I've never found this Easter egg. Oh my god, I've never found this Easter egg. I have learned something new about this game. Real quick, I'm gonna go pull the lever again. Wait, where am I? I did not know that was a thing that happened. That's so cool. I did not know that was... Oh my god. Alright, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Card key. I need to use the card key. Unfortunately, you have to do this a lot. Use the card key on that. You're gonna be sliding a lot of things into this slot. Alright, so the thing was at the blue dot. Okay. So let's look at this and move that back where it was. Uh-oh! Well, we may have saved the Witch of the West, but, I think we did something else bad. I did not know that that would happen. That was so cool. I didn't know. I get excited about weird things, okay? Try to move as fast as I can. What have I done now? Ah, shit! Well, the train is too squashed to allow you to pass. Well, now we know two things. One, those levers move the bridge sections that we saw earlier. And two, we just crushed the train car. Shit. Okay, well, we've messed up pretty bad, but I think we can fix that. Let's see. Where can I go? Oh, I've got the way to solve that sliding puzzle upstairs. I also found the key that will open this office. There's the silver key. Oh, open the door. Hey, the Maltese Falcon. I've never seen this movie. You take the Falcon statue. Apparently, is it Humphrey Bogart? I forget who it is, but it's an old 50s movie, about a private detective. I actually might want to watch that. It's kind of an early instance of film noir, and, I'm taking an interest in that, genre of movie. I'm not like a buff on movies, but I do like to look at, like, movies that were famous, at least ones that are, like, well regarded. Alright, Slade and Barcher Private Detectives. Assignment, locate gravesite of Big Earl Ardrey, died 1875, Revolver Springs, California. Problem, the town was destroyed in an earthquake and fire on May 1st, 1882. Cemetery site and tombstones discovered, but no graves located. Find local newspapers for information on the possible relocation of the graves before May 1st, 1882. Report results to client Judith Ardrey in Abalone, Arizona. Alright, so these guys were searching for the cemetery of Revolver Springs, which is a piece of information I would like to know as well. Alright, let's solve this sliding puzzle. For anyone who does not remember the solution, where's MS Paint? There it is. Let's go ahead and share that screen. Here's the solution. Can I actually... Excuse me. Why did I do this? Let's save this as an image on the desktop as untitled JPEG. And let's actually change this to a window, not a window capture. What was it showing you guys? I'm actually kind of worried what it might have. Okay, never mind. Let's add an image capture. And make it a desktop. Untitled. There we are. Okay. So we gotta get that into this. Alright, here we go. First line is 72910. Oh, I didn't want the 2 to move that way. So there's a pattern I follow when I'm doing sliding puzzles, and you can do the same thing all the time. Just remember, if you keep things together, a lot of people will do like squares trying to solve it, like keep going around in squares like this. But what you really want to do is if you got things that are next to each other that need to be next to each other, you want those to move through the puzzle kind of like a snake. So, you know, I'm keeping all of those together, but I'm moving them all as one block. Uh-oh, I've messed up the block, so I can just go back a little bit and fix it. That's why you want to do that. So what I do is I look for one row at a time, put them together, and sort of move them through the puzzle as a snake. Alright, next line is 111,513. We want the 111 close but not together. Oh, I got that backwards. I should have put the 5 and the 13 together when I had a chance. Now I gotta do this crap. See, now I snake it out. 111,513. Next up is... Wait, I can't read that. It's too small. 8, 15, 14, 12. Oh, 8, 15, 14 all together already. Let's try to get them out of that hole, though. So the problem with this plan is that the last line might end up in an order you don't want it to be. So that's kind of a weakness of this approach. 8, 15, 14, and 12. Move everything back. Alright, so this is the problem. We've ended up with the last line that doesn't make sense. However, we can reorder that by isolating them as squares. So I put one square over here. Now this entire line is isolated. I don't have to touch it anymore. And I just move these around until they're in the right order, which is that. 3, 4, 6. Bunk. Down it goes. We did it. We did it, chat. Caius, yeah, they're well regarded. I at least attempt to watch them, even though, like I said, I'm not big on movies. Thank you. I like puzzles like that have solvable. Apparently, there are rules to a Rubik's Cube exactly like that. Like there's methods that will solve it faster than just when I do a Rubik's Cube. I solve it randomly. I just move randomly until I get a side, and then hope for the best. But yeah, there are ways to do Rubik's Cubes like that have rules. Anyway, hey, there's a cask of Amontillado. Yay! Let's take it. Ah, I can't take it. Can I open it? The spigot appears to be stuck. God damn it. Alright, this is a reference to a short story by Edgar Allan Poe, wherein a man walls in another man in a crypt and leaves him to die. He lures him there by promising him a cask of Amontillado wine. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you find brains sexy, because that's all I've got. You take the gold key, and you take the bicycle pump. Well, alright, we can now pump ourselves up if we want to. By the way, this does link back to the hedge maze. Hey, we're back in the hedge maze. So now we've finally gone through and punched through that secret area, picked up a whole bunch of stuff. A bike pump, a gold key, and I think actually that's it. Alright, so the gold key, where does the gold key go again? Edgar Allan Poe, I do like his stories. They're kind of dry by today's standards. That kind of helps them a lot, though. Like, you think, obviously, he didn't really write that much about ghosts or, like, fantastical stuff. His horror is more based in man's cruelty to man. Like The Pit and the Pendulum was about the Spanish Inquisition, and Telltale Heart was about killing your mentor and trying to get away with it. but being too guilty of a conscience to do so. I don't think I'd be able to get away with killing somebody, though. I think I would probably crack just like the guy did. Yeah, you're surprised. You always hear, like, Edgar Allan Poe is an excellent horror writer, but I wouldn't really call what he does horror, other than, you know, thinking about how horrible people can be to each other. Alright, so I've got two things I need to do. I need to move this bridge platform off of the, Actually, what happens if I use the bike pump now? Let's pump this up! The weight of the bridge section is too much for your dinky little pump. Hey now! I'll have you know that I am an excellent pump. Jeez, call it dinky and little. I know what I'm doing when I pump things. Jeez. I guarantee you, no matter what kind of pressure it's under, I could get that subway car to get erect itself again. I can get anything erect with my pumping. Alright, card key. We're going back to the blue. We gotta get that bridge section off of the car. Alright, so we fucked up 3 times now. Or twice, I mean. Hopefully another pull of the lever is not going to, make things even worse. Pull. Nope, P is not pull. Move. M. Ah, but I gotta look at it again. Move. There. Alright, no scream this time. I mean, we can't kill her twice. Use my key card. Oop. Ah, I took a wrong turn. Okay, one more. Let's go see if we can pump up the car now. Yay! Alright, so... use our bicycle pump. Alright, you guys are gonna see just how strong my forearms are. It's not an easy feat to pump up a metal container that actually is not enclosed, but my forearms are so strong that I can give it the good pump and make it erect. Oh, look at it go. You're trying to fly the subway car. Okay, come on, little guy, you can do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're almost there. You did it. Whew. Really tired out my arms, but I think I got it. Now we can put it in. Wait, I think I got confused. What was I talking about again? Also, I'm sorry I described it as little guy. That is a massive structure. It's huge. That's not a little guy. He must have been a grower, not a shower. Alright, we got a screwdriver. Inventory. Let's get this screw out of the door. Alright, that's right. After you pump something till it's fully erect, the next thing you do is get a screw. Alright, take that screw. I'm gonna take this screw. I take the screw. I take it good. And open the door. Alright, hey, we're back. We're back home, guys. We did it. Alright, we can forget about all this labyrinth crap. I'm just gonna find my way out and forget that King Minos was even a thing. Let's look. We got... Hey, let's grab a paper. See what the news of the day is. Alright. Take that paper. You might notice that the newspaper actually stays on the glass front the entire animation. It's gone now, but if you're watching on YouTube, go a couple seconds back. The newspaper actually sticks to the glass window. It's kind of funny, actually. Alright, let's take our paper that we bought, close it up. Yay, we got the last one. And, these machines are always funny to me, because back in the day they would trust someone to just only take one paper, instead of, you know, grabbing the whole thing and trying to sell the papers themselves for a, profit. There it is. Subway car vanishes. Police suspect foul play. Hey, that's me! That's the subway car that I was on. Theft or special effect. Technology indistinguishable from magic. And I think that's too small for me to read. You'll notice that they say the subway car had vanished, but they didn't say anything about a person being on the subway car. So even in the report of my disappearance, nobody even notices. Like, was there anybody on the car? Nah, I don't think so. Alright, I am going to give everyone a headphone warning. We have possibly the loudest sound effect ever recorded coming up. Alright, so I want that one. I want to save game. Alright, so, well, we made it home. Let's just go home. I'm just live right down the street, so check both ways. Oh, hey, no cars are coming. And, I live right over here, so let's go home. Gosh, didn't your mother ever teach you not to cross the street against the light? And there was your headphone warning. That hurt. You might notice that I fell super fast there. The fall speed, the speed that animation runs at, is actually tied to your processor speed. They did not think that processors would be so advanced that it would just play instantly in a blur. They thought you're supposed to fall much slower, like Alice in Wonderland. Anyway, we'll see that a couple more times. But there is like an entire weird segment there where you watch the world break apart. We are now in a surreal maze facing south. Alright, well, let's see, this is very surreal. Alright. So we're really testing the limits of our computer graphics here. We got a couple of rooms that just have different colors, depending on which direction you're facing. Ooh, this one ripples. Love those early water effects. Alright, this one's made of ribs, don't worry about it. Don't worry where they got all those bones, or it might have been big enough to produce those bones. Okay, so I'm just wondering, let's look at the map. Oh my god. This maze appears to be too surreal to map. This is the last of our sub-mazes, and since we know... Oh, this one's kind of cool. I like the reflected balls. I don't know, I just like balls in general. Let's actually look outside this maze. We see that we entered the maze from the north. We know two things about sub-mazes. One is that they always have only one exit and one entrance. And two, they are always perfectly square. So if we choose a direction and keep going, we entered from the north, so if we keep going north, we should get out of the maze eventually, back to the room we were in. Although we don't know if we're in the correct column, so let's go one over. Oh, this place is cool. This might be the correct column. Let's just keep going north. No. Maybe it's this column. Alright, we did enter through one of these... Oh, hold on. Which direction did we enter from? We entered from the north. Okay, yeah. Alright, still might not be in the correct column, so let's go this way. So, the other thing we know is that they're only... What is it? 6x6? Mazes are only 6x6, so there's only a total of 6 columns to try. Alright, not this one. I think I actually got the least luck possible. This is the 6th column I'm trying right here. Yep, and there we go. We are back outside, so now we know that to leave the maze, we're going to have to go into a certain direction, and we're also going to have to be in the correct column and row. Now, we could test this systematically. What we could do is... Let's find another sub-maze. What we could do is try to, like, east, west, you know, try to see which direction it goes out of. But no, I can tell you right now, the exit is south. And it is also in the 4th column. So if this is the 1st column, if I go 3 over this way, and then south, just keep going south, eventually we'll get out. And that's how that works. As you can see, it actually matches up. We go in, we go 3 columns over, and then we go south until we get out. Alright, I have messed up. I wanted to demonstrate this, But, basically, I've softlocked us. You might notice that there is zero way to get back from this room because it is directly under the room that we fell from. It's actually 2 levels under the... Wait, where is it? Damn it, where is that? We're on the bottom floor. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's this one. So as you see, it's directly under the street one. Oh, it's actually not. Never mind. I was stupid. Anyway, this is where we fell from. There's no way to get back up. No way at all. However, in order to advance in this section, you need a certain item that I forgot to pick up. You walk into a dark place. It is too dark to go there. There's no way to find your way through here without a source of light, and even though my belt is flashing in disco colors, for some reason that doesn't count. That might actually be a bug. But anyway, I have softlocked myself. So, let's load the game, and let's not take the street home. Let's go back the way we came. I'm gonna have to find a source of light. Oh, the gold key works here. This door. Gold key, where... There it is. Alright. Open that door. Open. I keep forgetting it's open. Hold on a second. I want to see if the Wicked Witch of the West is still there. She is! Oh god, she stays dead for the rest of the game. Sorry, Wicked Witch of the West. Actually, let me look. Is it West or East that died? Oh, it's Wicked Witch of the East that died. Whoops. Jeez. Gotta get my witches straight. Even though I don't know any straight witches. Drop off laundry in a newspaper for room 14. Should I put my shirt on? No, you should take your pants off. If you're not naked, then you're not listening to me correctly. This goes for everybody at home, too. Alright, so that's where we need laundry and a newspaper for room 14. That's the room that Professor Garrett is staying in. We have 2 newspapers. Whoops. Let's give him a newspaper from the future. He doesn't need a newspaper from the future. God damn it. That was my best idea. Alright. Oh, we don't have another newspaper. We have... what was it? It was a report of some kind. No, a journal? Whoops. Oh, we can't actually use the journal. Let's see. We should have a report that says... Okay, so this says the town moved. Maybe this will help him. It's also from the future, though. What on earth would the maid need with that? I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out here. Hi, Sheldon. Welcome back. Could you... have problems sleeping, buddy? We take a teapot. However, we can't take the silver tray. I want to sell this and make some money. That's why I want that. I want to fence this for like 50 bucks. Antique silver tray? Man, people go nuts for that shit. Alright. Take the bucket, take the broom, take a roll of paper. Hey, we found a roll of paper that we can use to, print the Old West newspaper. We got a 6-digit combination code, but no combination for it. We will come back to that. Alright, let's go back to the Old West and print off this newspaper. Oh, you took a shower. Yeah, I hope it felt good, buddy. Let's see. Actually, I love how I feel directly after a shower, but usually, I don't have to wash my hair every time, but I do it at least twice a week. After a shower where I don't wash my hair, my scalp always feels super itchy. Anyways, did a full hair wash, styling everything on Wednesday, and yeah, it felt pretty good. I needed it. I'd gone a little while without actually doing any styling. Alright, let's see. We've got our printing press paper. Whoops, I churned. Go to inventory, there we go. Rolled up paper, there you are. And pull the lever. Wrong lever! Alright, what do we get? Nope, that's not it. Where's the newspaper? Did I skip it? There it is. The Daily the Daily Bullet, straight from the revolver. April 30th, 1882, cemetery moved for railroad extension. All the graves in Revolver Spring Cemetery have now been moved to the railroad extension project continues, with the Indians leave wait. Oh, okay. That's not the same. I thought for a second that this was the same news story as this one, with the Indians leave town. I just thought for a second the guy just got, like, super racist right in the middle of his story. Anyways, after today's minor earthquake, every Indian in Revolver Springs disappeared without... Dang it, I want to read these stories, but that's all we know. Apparently the Indians knew that something was coming with the earthquake, and, this newspaper does tell us about where Revolver Springs moved to. However, we can't read it. It's below the break line here. Oh well, I'm sure somebody can make use of that information. While we're here, we know that the bridge platforms moved. Hey, they're out of the way. I got my hair cut a few days ago, and it's super short. I feel like it looks kind of dumb, but I really like having short hair feels, so I like it anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any, like, hairstyles I don't care for. One of the weirdest ones is, I love, like, bald-shaven men, but I don't like, I guess you'd call them buzz cuts, where it's, like, a quarter inch of hair left at the scalp, so you look like Bobby Hill or, Stewie Pickles. Let's open that door. You can't open that. Well, I got news for you. I know something that can. Take that, stuck door. Hey! Whoso pulleth out this sword from this stone shall be the true-born king of all Britain. I have no idea why this sword in the stone is here, but it's mine now. Do you think I'm worthy? Oh, it's a buzz cut. Well, I mean, that's okay. After a few days, it's a lot better. Immediately afterwards, hey, 420 blaze it. Immediately after a buzz cut, my problem is that it hurts. It hurts my thighs. So, like, I once... How? I don't know. I'm probably gonna mark this behind an adults only listener because of the story of fucking a bull. So, I guess I will tell the story. Once I rode a guy's face after he got a haircut, and he had one of those short haircuts, and, basically, my thighs were so bloody afterwards, like, the hair, like, poked in and cut and caused a rash and everything. My skin is paper thin. Basically, I was like, never again. It was like I had razor burn over the interior of both my thighs, and that shit hurt for, like, more than a week. So, if anybody's gonna be face riding you, Sheldon, give it a few days until the hair softens up and isn't so sharp. Caius, I've always preferred my hair long, so that's how I keep it. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk about sex things. I am going to adult block this video, so I don't know if you have any questions. If I think of any stories, I'll tell them. But then, you know, I'm mostly just thinking about the game, so if I tell any stories, it's a bonus. It's a bonus DVD commentary feature. Okay, I need to take this sword. I appear to be the true-born king of all England. Hey, bonus! My first act is prima noctis with everybody's wives and husbands. So if you get married, I get to have your first time. Both of you. So, make sure you invite me to the wedding night. Alright. So the sword is a red herring. We don't need the sword. The real thing here, if you remember the hint that said sometimes a closed door is more powerful than an open one, well, why do we even have a close command, actually? It's for this one puzzle, and this is the puzzle that fucked me over as a kid hundreds of times. I would forget to grab this lantern before I went to the Mayan ruins, and I would softlock myself every fucking time I played this game. Anyways, let's grab this lantern. Open the door again. I've never had someone between my thighs like that. You mean you've never been between someone's thighs like that? Well, if you need someone to squeeze between your thighs, you know, I know a couple good... It's me. I'm the candidate. I'm the one who wants to be between your thighs. Because there's only good things found between thighs. I have never been disappointed with anything I've ever found between thighs. Alright, we got the lantern. Let's go back to the Aztec ruins. Now we can actually go through there. Ba 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 ba. Unfortunately, the music continues while sound effects are running, so sometimes you miss good parts of the song like that. Alright, we're going back to the Mayan territory. Another headphone warning. We're going to get the loudest lightning strike in the history of ever. Right here. Also, flashing lights warning. It goes by too fast to see, but basically this is a place where the universe inverts itself. I don't know if you might be able to watch it slowly on YouTube. Alright, so we go over 3 times. One of the things to note is that this room that you start in is both where the exit and the entrance are located, but they are in different columns. So if you're in one, you just go to the other, and eventually you'll get where you're going. Alright, we're back here. I have to open the doors again by moving this monument. Oh, I can't take that. Doors are open, boys. Both my doors are wide open. Just feel free to enter. It's dark inside, but don't be scared. Bring yourself a light. I don't know where I'm going with this weird metaphor. Turn it on. And now we're going to explore these holes, guys. If you want my help exploring these holes, I will help you out. Hey, there's a shirt here. This must be the place where the guy lost his shirt the first time. Yeah, he just hung it on one of the wall cornices and forgot it. Wait, why did he take his shirt off? What was he doing here? Am I going to find his pants hung off another cornice? Was he having a little extra time with the college students who came along on this archaeological dig as interns? That's what I think. I think Professor Garrett's, you know, he goes to Mexico. He has a good time. He brings along a lot of co-eds. Let's see here. This is the other door I mentioned earlier. If we look at the map, it looks like this door should open, but you can't open that. Huh. Okay. This is another dead end. We've got 3 levers. My holes are pretty deep, but they are limited. You can only go so far into them before you have to come back out and go back in a couple times. You know, really to make sure you found everything. So just in and out, in and out. Feel free to switch holes. As long as I've cleaned both holes, you know what, this metaphor is falling apart. Guys, don't switch holes in the middle unless you're sure that somebody's going to be into that. And if you're going from back to front, make sure that everything's clean before you know, dive back in. I went down equally as much as they went down on me, so that's how it always is. You said archaeological dig, and my first thought was The Simpsons. Oh, I know this one. For all of the honor students, you will be rewarded by going on an archaeological dig. Hooray! And for all the detention students, you are being punished by going on an archaeological dig. Aw, man. It's funny. It would be both a punishment and a reward based on your, thoughts. Anyways, we got 3 levers, much like that alien machine. So I think what we're finding out is that alien technology and the Sorcerer King's technology are one and the same. Ancient aliens theorize. Alright, let's move the purple one, because that's the only one we haven't moved back in the library. Or museum. You begin to feel dizzy. Hey! Bridge platform! You feel better, but less sure of your whereabouts. Alright, so now we know that the levers move the bridge platforms. Kingdom of the Crystal... This is the same plot as the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So, technically, this is an Ancient Aliens type of story, although it's actually a time-traveling dead guy from the past. And also time-traveling guy from bumfuck New York. Alright, we need to go back. So every time you pull a lever, it teleports you to the cigarette. That's the only way to leave the bottom floor of this maze. Everywhere else is a dead end. Alright, so we gotta pull the rest of the levers. And we gotta walk all the way back. Oh, I actually don't know if the lantern runs out of oil, but just in case, let's turn it off. I think I have a vague memory of running out of oil once and being completely unable to finish the game because then you can't do the dark sections. Whoops. Damn it, look at the console, use the card key, and press the orange button. Anyway, I'm pretty fucking high, it's hard to keep track. What the fuck was I even talking about? Oh my god. I think I lost the thread here, guys. Anyways, we got the shirt, let's go deliver it. We have to walk back all the way to... Oh, we got the newspaper too, let's go ahead and deliver that. But like I said, this game is pretty good. Oh wait, I have to be looking at the thing. Come on, look down, stupid. There we go. Deliver the shirt? What on earth would the maid need with that? Why, what's wrong with the shirt? Oh, it looks pretty dirty. You're right, we should clean that. Alright, well at least we can tell them that the cemetery moved. Alright, that is one of two parts. Let's see if history changed because of that. Journal? Alright, so I'll tell you right now, the journal does not change other than after the last page. So the only things get added to the journal. The journal before this part does not change at all no matter what you do. Now, even though he has the newspaper, he should comment on it. But the game isn't coded that well. Basically, it's just an on or off thing for changing the past. The fact that it requires 2 items doesn't figure into it. Anyways, we'll check back later. He should comment that he got a newspaper from the distant past, but whatever. We need one more item to actually change the past, which is the shirt. So let's get that cleaned up. Open the chute. Toss in the shirt. Good, that needed to be cleaned. And just to be sure, let's close that chute up again. Time travel is one of those things I never want to mess with. Yeah, so my point there was, because the journal does not change, like, it would have been funny if the text of the journal had changed, but because it was the item that gave you the clue you needed to get to this point in the puzzle, if it changes, it causes a, what's that called? Paradox. So the first part of the journal cannot change, or else the events would have gone differently, and this wouldn't be a stable time loop. So they really took into consideration all of the actual effects of time travel on the storyline. Like it's pretty smart, this game. Alright, he's got his shirt, he's got his paper. Let's see if we changed history. What I'm saying is that this game is so well written that they actually have, like, an actual theory of time travel that would actually work. All the supplies are ready. We plan to leave the site. Okay, we already read this. I cannot really believe that our expedition will meet with success. New entry! 4/8/12. I cannot believe my good fortune. Although I do not understand it, just as I was preparing to leave, one of the hotel maids brought me, of all things, my lucky shirt and a newspaper. I have no idea how the shirt got here, but that was only the beginning of my amazement. The newspaper that was with it was not local, or even a new one. It was nothing less than the last boot newspaper to be printed in the town of Revolver Springs, before the town was burned in 1882. One surprise led to another. The newspaper says that the local cemetery was being moved at the time, the graves already being relocated to a nearby hill. Only the tombstones had yet to be moved. There on April 30th, when the paper was printed. They had no way of knowing that the town would Up there, town would be destroyed the very next day. I now know the location of the grave of Mad Dog Madigan, the outlaw who just discovered the ziggurat of the Sorcerer King. I have delayed an expedition to the ziggurat and will leave tomorrow for the site of Revolver Springs, where I believe I'll find Madigan's grave, and I hope the map that will reveal the entrance to the treasure chamber underneath the ziggurat. I was so excited that I had to telegraph my old friend Cornelius Lyons the news. Cornelius, who has been excavating on the island of Crete, has made his own discovery. He believes that he's found the tomb of King Minos himself in a cave in the hills near Lado. For fear of grave robberies, he has sealed the cave with a heavy iron door locked with a combination lock. He should be entering the cave for the first time tomorrow. As luck would have it, today was his 40th birthday. I was able to reply to his message with a double congratulation. All that sense of doom has lifted from me. I am now positive that this expedition will meet with success. Yay! We did it! We changed history, guys! We also learned something. We learned that there's an iron door with a combination. And, if we read the journal, we find out that this guy locked a door with a combination. Now, what would the combination be? You know what? We only know his birthday, which was... This is his 40th birthday. The date was... Holy shit. The date was 4/18/1912, so his birthday is actually 4/8/1872. Alright, so let's try that. 04. Sorry to my European watchers. We do things by American ways here. If we like our dates backwards, we like our dates backwards, god damn it. Alright, let's back off and... Oh! Damn it! Open the door. Yay! I did it. That's actually a pretty hard puzzle. I mean, you don't really even get any clues that that's the same door that they're talking about in the journal. But it is, if you're paying attention, it is the only 6-digit number we have found. But you have to be thinking in, like, laterally. You have to be thinking, like, oh god, well, I guess a date could be 6 digits if you truncate the first 2 on the year. Yeah, the problem is, after 2000, I use 4-number dating systems so often now that I do not think of a date as a 6-digit number. Do they have dates backwards? I don't even know that. I don't know things sometimes. I don't know. Maybe you could, like, have a date... Oh, God! Well, hello, Mr. Skeleton. Dude. Alive! Well, looks like we found the fate of poor Professor Lyons. He opened up Minos' tomb, and I guess, Minos was like, hey, you want to be a skeleton? And Lyons was like, no, I don't want to be a skeleton. And Minos was like, hey, too bad. And, just turned him into a skeleton. But during that time, the skeleton had just enough time to write in the wall on his own blood that King Minos is still alive. Anyway, he dropped his pith helmet, and I love me a good pith helmet. So, let's put it on. I'm gonna be Indiana Jones. Pith helmet! Da 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 da! Wait, he wore a, he never wore a pith helmet. What am I thinking about? Anyways, I do enjoy pith helmets, though. I don't have one of my own, but I like the look. I'm gonna real quick bring up I'm not being right back, but, real quick. Let's go cycle through here. If you notice, a lot of these I tried to put a pith helmet on. Not there, not there, not there, not... There! Like that. I tried... Oh! And of course that's when it switched. Damn it. It's on shuffle. Anyway, I tried to put a pith helmet on a lot of these pictures. A few of them came out, but not all of them. And of course with the Minotaur horns, it had to be a helmet that the horns poked through. If you ask me, that's just the height of cuteness. Real quick, I'm gonna unrandomize this playback. Alright. Okay, so we got 1, 2... Okay, only 2 pictures with a pith helmet-like system. Anyways, alright, gotta put randomization back on. Back to the game. Pith. P-I-T-H. If you see on the stream right now, it says you are now wearing the pith helmet. It is, I don't know if it was actually ever used. It's kind of, if you watch a movie about explorers in the 19th century, there's for sure going to be a part where you see somebody, either the main character or one of the background characters, actually wearing a helmet like that. It's like an early version of the hard hat, but it doesn't have netting inside, so it doesn't actually protect you very well. We've got a volume warning coming up here again. It's going to be loud right now. That hurt. Oops, let's go back one, over to the next one that has doorways, and keep going south until we get out. Alright, so we've already done the purple lever. Let's do one of the others. No, lantern, where are you? I'm just gonna keep the lantern lit for now. I should be able to run through this without, the lantern running out of oil. At least I convinced myself of that. Let's pull the red lever. Alright, 2 are in place, 1 to go. Oh shit, I forgot to get something. The problem here is that every time we go through that teleportation sequence, we have to walk all the way back. And it is kind of a pain in the ass because it contains a part where you have to use the keycard. So walking back is always a complicated process. Alright. No clown, no clown! I'm sorry guys, I'm scared too. Alright, I opened the tomb, but I actually forgot to get what I was there for. We got the pith helmet doesn't matter. It's actually a duplicate item. The pith helmet and the medieval helmet serve the same purpose. Anyways, the last person who opened this tomb got skeletonized. That sounds fun. Let's go ahead and do that. You courageously open the sarcophagus, and the tomb of King Me. Oh, well, the body's gone, but he left behind his butt plug. So let's go ahead and take King Minos' butt plug. You take the green ornament. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was something else. My mistake. Alright, so I got the Cretan ornament. Probably also a butt plug. It could be both. It's like a double-ended butt plug. You're expected to enjoy time ass to ass with somebody on it. Alright, oh, that does remind me of a story. And again, if you're watching this and you don't expect adult material, you probably want to stop watching. Anyway, so one time I was going ass to ass with Chris on a double-ended dildo. We actually... I told you my love of Jennifer Connelly earlier. If you're not familiar with the movie Requiem for a Dream, there's a scene in that. Oh god, let me just show it to you. I'm probably gonna get... I don't monetize anything, but I might get copyright struck for this. So, you know, I might be a little too high, but we're not going to worry about that. Labyrinth of Time. No. Twitch, more Fox, Explorer, wait, no. I am so high. Firefox! Oh my god, that was so hard. Alright. Requiem for a Dream. Ass to ass scene. Alright, so I guess a little bit of adult content warning here. Let's see if this has the part that okay. Wait, does this have the part that I want? I think maybe. Anyway, alright, so the setup for this scene is that Jennifer Connelly is a drug addict who needs her heroin fix, and she has sold herself to an older man. What he does is he brings her to a sex show where they put her on a table with another girl and force her to do certain acts for their viewing pleasure. Anyways, this is that scene. Okay, hold on. Volume. Can I turn down the game volume? Let me real quick. I can't... Is there volume on this? No, there's no options like that. Let me save and quit. Alright, so save. This one. Save game. And while I'm doing this, why don't I turn off the lantern just in case? Lantern. Where are you? Lit lantern. Turn you off. Turn off the lamp. Okay. Just in case. Alright, so here's that scene. And I don't... Oh, and I'll quit the game. I saved, right? Yes, I saved. Alright, quit the game. Alright. We should be able to hear better now. Alright. Okay, so they cut it before they actually start performing. And, it looks like that if you saw in the very middle there was a quick shot of what looked like a, giant dildo with lube on it. Hey, at least they lubed it up. Sometimes they don't. Anyway. Oh, I opened the door to infinity again. I'm sorry. Turn off. Door to infinity, close. Anyways, what I was gonna say is that Chris and I were reenacting that scene for a group of gentlemen. And, yeah. That's my story about... I mean, I've done it a couple times, but, it's always fun. Let's see. Okay, open. And move this over here. Chris is one of my oldest friends. She was also involved in, free love societies with me. In fact, I met her at one. The first one I went to. She's the same age as me, so we hung out a lot. Alright, kind of speed my way through here. I cannot load the game until we get through the, introduction. That's one. Oh, sorry, flashing lights warning. Shit, I keep forgetting. One of the problems with the game is, yeah, you can't load a save until you get through the intro. I'm trying to think, when you're using a double-sided one, S to S isn't a common configuration. That's more of a, that's more for, like, the watchers than it is for the people performing the act. Because when you're pushing and pulling like that, no real movement really gets accomplished. Sometimes it moves, most of the time it doesn't. I guess it depends on which side is tighter. I have a lot of like-minded friends. Let's see. Load a game. There we are. Okay, we're back in. Alright. But you'll find a lot of stuff from porn is more for the watcher than it is for the watchee. And while it doesn't feel as good, the thrill of being watched does add a lot more to the, proceedings. So it might not feel good in a physical sense, or it might not, you know, it feels good. I'll say, it feels great, but, it's not to the point where I would usually, like, you know, fully orgasm. But being watched while doing it, yeah, I've come while doing that. It adds just enough to the, action. If anybody's curious, and I know you didn't ask, my favorite position to be in while getting fucked is bent over. But, ass to ass, I mean, you're missing the guy over your back, maybe grabbing onto your waist, maybe pulling you hard. So, it doesn't feel as good as when a guy is, mounting up. Anyways, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. We got ourselves a key to this gate. Where is it? There's my double-sided dildo again. This actually looks like it's built for you to face the person you're working it with. Like you, I mean, it curves in the right direction, where you would be like, your ass would be at this side, and then the other person's ass would be at this side. You'd be facing each other while you slide down onto it. And that might actually be, you know, more of a, I guess if you're putting it in your butt, you'd want to be facing away from each other. It would be more like a back-to-back than an ass-to-ass thing. You put your back against each other and then slide on. And you know, people without vaginas can do that as well. So, you know, it could be several different things. Let's see. catching up with chat. I can definitely see that. Not too ideal of a thing. Yeah, nobody's exerting any pressure onto the dildo itself. So when you're moving back, it's a good chance it's just gonna stay in you without moving that much. Especially with how much lube they had it on in it. Dear God, they put a lot of lube on that thing. Let's see. What was I doing here? God, I got distracted. I'm looking for a key. Key, there it is. Alright, door's unlocked. I get to keep the key, right? Yes, I do. Alright, door's unlocked. Door's open. Let's see what goes on in this jail cell. Just a bed, so you know you've got everything you need for the normal activities I engage in. You know, sleep, other activities that require a bed. Well, I guess don't require a bed, but that you do in bed. Hey, somebody left a gun for me. Let's take that gun. You took the gun. Yay. I also want to point out these wonderful animation on this sheet. Doing animation is hard for a flat object. Look at go. Early 90s computer animation. It runs at 2 frames per second, and it looks like shit. But I love it so much. Alright, let's use the gun. Yeah, shoot it. Oh, I don't have any bullets. Bang, 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 bang. No bullets. Damn. Open the door again. Good thing it's unlocked. It closes behind me, apparently. Alright, so that's what I was here for. Was it? Was it what I was here for? Yeah, it was. Okay. I actually don't even know why I came here. I need to go... Oh, I need to go back to the cereal maze. I'm an idiot. There's one more lever to pull in the cereal maze. And it is the, yeah, purple one. Purple. If I pull the wrong lever, I'm gonna have to go through this like 20 times. So wish me luck. Alright, loud noise warning. Gonna have the loudest lightning ever. Right now. Also, something that I want to point out about that scene from Requiem for a Dream, Requiem for a Dream, is that that guy knew exactly what he wanted to see that day. He came prepared. He had the double-ended dildo. He, was ready to go. He was holding it up. He had lubed it already. He knew what he wanted to see. And he was very enthusiastic about it, too. Ass to ass. He knew what, that man knew what he wanted, and he knew how to get it. I have to say, I gotta respect that. Right, moving the last one. It was his kink of the day. Yeah, he has, oh shit, what the fuck? Huh, something's wrong here. I have moved the, bridge sections, but I can't get to the center. Oh, hey, wait, I can still move the bridge sections in the museum. There's one lever that I haven't moved, and it is the purple lever, because I put it back in its original position, because it had crushed the, what's it called? It had crushed the subway car. Yeah, I had to pump that back up, I remember now. Good memories pumping up that subway car. There it is! I got lost there for a second. My arm still hurts from it, but it was worth it to make it erect. That's what I always say. Where's the card key? There it is. Look, I'm not looking at the thing. Alright, let's get torn apart again. This machine's gonna split me apart. Oh no. I wonder what his kink for the next day was. Like, Monday, October 30th is ass to ass. Tuesday, October 31st is, I don't know, furry porn? Okay, one more. Wait, no, I'm going the wrong way. I don't have to go to the Aztec place anymore. I need to go to the museum, that's right. Ah, sorry, stupid clown. Deep fisting. I will say this, I have never been fisted. It's not that I'm really scared of it. I can actually fit a surprising mountainside. It's just that it's never really... Because it's never really, appealed to me. Like, you get the fist in there and then you can jiggle it around a little bit, so fucking what? Like, I don't even get the point of making a fist inside a person. Because all my nerve endings are deep. You might want to keep those fingers extended. If you're going to put your whole hand in me, keep the fingers extended so you can actually reach the parts that feel good. Yeah, another thing for the watchers. Let's see. So the button is the blue one, I think? But I'd like to think if push came to shove... Wait! Wait, it's back! Wait, what? They're all... Oh shit, I have done something bad here. I thought I'd... Let's move the purple one and then go see if it's in the right place. Shit, that's wrong. That crushed the subway car again. I left the purple lever up, didn't I? This is weird. I've never run into this issue before. Usually when I pull all the levers... Did I miss one of the ancient Mayan ruins? Did I... Oh. Oh wait, it was down. I must have missed one of the ancient Mayan ruins. Alright, if it's down, I need to redo the... I got lost here, guys. This might be a problem. It's not that I like... I'm not trying to, like, say these things. Anybody who likes watching porn and likes watching things like what I'm saying, fisting and stuff, I'm not saying it's, you know, bad to like that stuff. That's far from the truth. If you're going to be watching porn, if you're going to be making porn, then, I mean, a lot of it is basically because, a lot of the enjoyment for me at least, comes from the idea that people in the far-flung future are going to be able to watch me get fucked. You know, it opens the amount of participants to a... Oh, we gotta pump it up again. It opens the amount of participants in a sexual act to infinity. You know? Okay, come on. Oh, come on. Just a little bit more. Yes, you did it! Alright. Nice. Anyway, loud noise warning again. Actually, let me save, because I might be messing this up. Save is right here. Save game. Alright, loud noise warning right now. So my point was that I'm not, like, saying these things don't feel good because I say you shouldn't do them or shouldn't enjoy watching them, or, you know, if you want to try them out, try them out. But, oh, I think I didn't pull the red one. Yeah, the purple one is pulled. The yellow one is pulled. Okay, yeah, I didn't pull the red one. Alright. I just like, what my mindset of it is that it's interesting, in my opinion, what becomes popular in pornography that doesn't feel good, but looks good. Because it's kind of a... Because pornography is almost a fictional art form. I mean, you're looking at people actually fucking, but, you know, they're acting, or they're doing sex acts that aren't that enjoyable but pretending to be super enjoyable. Stuff like that. My opinion is basically, if you're enjoying what you're doing, just... Oh my god, wait, now they're all gone. What did I do? Oh, I am so fucked. Yeah, it's unrealistic, but the fact that it's unrealistic is like, well, look at the reasons. Why did this become popular, you know? Why do people like seeing two women bent over facing away from each other sharing a double-sided dildo? No, that's not what I need to do. Let's go back. I mean, there's a certain amount of degradation to it, and not kink-shaming anyone, because I like degradation myself. That might be more what we're looking for from a ass-to-ass display than just seeing two girls together like that. And especially that whole scene, which, by the way, that scene is not played for This Is Sexy. That scene is painful to watch in Requiem for a Dream. Jennifer Connelly starts crying and stuff. So, you know, I'm not saying that, but obviously they are being degraded, so that's even more pornographic. Alright, I need to go back here. Maybe I did the levers in the wrong position on the machine? This is weird. I've never run into this problem before. I can reset the puzzle, but it's gonna take a while. Oh! While I'm here! S would be a strong no. Yeah, people have their own tastes. Whenever I am filmed or observed while having sex, mostly I'm enjoying it because of that fact. That's what I am looking for. Alright, so because we changed history, let's take a look at, real quick, this one involved Professor Garrett, so let's see if history changed for this. Oh, yes, the history did change here. Alright. Specials including... Okay, so this entire thing has changed. This is a primitive music player from around the year 1912, formerly the possession of noted archaeologist Professor Martin Garrett. Professor Garrett carried this gramophone with him on all his expeditions, including his famous final visit to the ziggurat of the Sorcery King near Uxmal. In Central America, it was during that expedition that he ensured his lasting fame as the most successful archaeologist of the 20th century, proving his theories about the collapse of Mayan civilization, which until then had been viewed with skepticism by his colleagues. New World's development takes pride in presenting this artifact, interesting but not only as technology, but as a memento of brilliant and respected scientists. The gramophone was obtained from Professor Garrett's estate, and WD purchased the entire estate outright, including the Mayan talisman, which was the most important find of Professor Garrett's distinguished career. Yay! We turned him from a failure into a success. Alright, so there's the Mayan talisman. Hey, lucky this thing was broken. Now we can just take it.
Attention.
Uh-oh.
Attention.
This is the state-of-the-art alarm system.
Has now been activated.
Oh god. State-of-the-art. I can't escape it.
Do not approach these.
You can't catch me, coppers.
Proceed immediately.
I'm faster than lightning. Get myself out of here. You'll never put me in jail.
Require assistance. Please.
Like I said, I'm too fast. You'll never put me in jail. Oh, shit. Well, I'm in jail. You know what? I deserve this. Luckily, I unlocked the door earlier. Dumbasses. They can't hold me. Prison hasn't been built that can hold me. Alright. So... the puzzle's fucked up. The puzzle is 100% fucked. And I'm wondering if it would be easier for me to just restart the game and rush back to where I was. That would take probably about another half hour. We are about 5 minutes from finishing this game. If the puzzle would freaking behave. Oh, behave. Ah, shit, I can't even get through here now. Ah, fuck. Alright, this puzzle is fucked, guys. I did something wrong. I actually don't know what I've done. Okay, as I understand it, at least the way I used to understand it, the levers for the puzzle, if you had 0 up, it would be, if you had 0 up, the bridge platform would be in the wrong location. If you had either one or the other lever of a certain color combination up, it would be in the wrong position. But if you had both levers of a certain color combination down, the bridge platform would be in the correct location. But I don't know. It kind of feels like it's more complicated than that. I may have screwed up here. This whole room gives me big rat backrooms liminal space vibes. Yeah, that's part of the reason I love it so much, I think. These places where people should be, but you will never see any, you know for a fact you will never see another living being. Yeah, I don't know this game. I can't help you with the puzzles. I might have to look it up. I actually might have to look it up, because I've never run into this problem where the bridge platform is fucked up so badly. So I know the purple lever... I'm in the wrong place. I know the purple lever controls... Let me see if the bridge platform that is in the mine is here. It is! The bridge platform's back. What the fuck? So whenever you pull those levers, the bridge platforms move to a different point in time and space. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the bridge platforms to a place where they are forming a bridge to the center of the labyrinth. And this is bad, because... I have fucked it up somehow. Oops. Which means I'm gonna have to teleport back and forth quite a bit. Alright, so this is where I have to make a choice. And I think my choice is going to be starting over from the start and doing this puzzle in the way I know how. It'll take me about half an hour to get back to where I was, though. I'm trying to think if there's a sunk cost fallacy. Phallus. I'm trying to think if there's a sunk cost fallacy here, where the longer I try to fix this, the worse things will get, and I'll never actually get through. Alright, so first of all, I know I have to move the purple one in order to fix the... It was blue, right? I know I have to, do the purple lever to get the, subway platform off of the subway car. So, let's go take a look. Orange. That's right. I'm sorry, I'm too high, guys. I'm gonna take more drinks. Oh, there's one thing I want to check out. I need to put the thing back through. Press the button. Alright, let's see if this changed a bit. I've never actually checked. Science and technology? No, the only things that should change are the things about the Sorcerer King and the Old West. So let's look at first the Sorcerer King. One legend. It still calls it a legend, so maybe it didn't change. Destroy that keystone. Okay, until the summer of 19... Oh! Here we are! Until the summer of 1912, the only scientist to take any of this seriously was Professor Martin Garrett, now famous for his discovery of the ziggurat of the Sorcerer King in that year. Against the ridicule of his colleagues, Professor Garrett excavated the site in 1910, then returned in 1912 with new information that led to the opening of the Sorcerer King's treasure room beneath the ziggurat. Not only was there enough evidence in that room to prove Garrett's theories, but there was a wealth of other information about Mayan culture in the period which led to hundreds of further discoveries throughout the 20th century. Garrett retired in 1964 as the Grand Old Man of Archaeology and consulted with practicing scientists until his death in 1978. Holy crap! He held on a long time. He was almost 100 years old. I think he was over 100, actually. Visitors to the Orbital Library may be interested in knowing that the most spectacular find of the 1912 expedition, the Sorcerer King's Talisman, is now on display in the museum on the Moon, which can easily be reached by the teleportation device in the library lobby. Cool. Alright, and then the Old West one should have changed to... Ghost Towns? Okay, this didn't change at all. I guess it doesn't really matter that, the professor relocated the graveyard because they knew where Revolver Springs was already. They just couldn't find the graveyard because it had been moved to a hill. Alright, how about Mad Dog Matt again? That might change a bit. Okay, this didn't change either. Alright, so only the entry about the Sorcerer King changed. Which is why I think it's probably made up completely. Like, it's not an actual legend. I slide the card into the slot. Right into my slot, guys. Which button am I pressing? The orange one. I have to grab a thing, but then I'd have to get up and I'm all cozy. That is a good problem to have, I think. I'm glad that you're spending your cozy time with me. I myself am wrapped in a blanket and sipping alcohol. And just, I'm the coziest ever too. Let's see. Alright, so we need to erect this thing again. That's 3 times in one day. I'm insatiable, guys. I need you to be erect again for me. This one's even faster. I go harder, I make it faster. Now we're ready to put it in. Loud noise warning. That hurt. Alright, so here's my problem. Alright, this save is torched. It is 100% torched. I'm going to save right now. I'm going to pull the 3 levers, and if none of them get me a good configuration, I'm going to start over and I'm going to rush through the game till I get to this part again. It'll be a double playthrough. Because I might have fucked myself hard. And that's only a thing I do when people are listening on stream. Save game. Let's see. I'm gonna pull the purple one first. I saved, right? Yes, I did. Oh shit, here's another problem. Okay, that one did not work, I don't think. Now I'm missing the other 2. Shit. Alright, here's the other thing. Loading the save takes a long time. Wait, no, it doesn't. I can just load it from here. I thought for a second I'd have to go through the intro over and over again. Alright, load game. Let's try another one. The red one. That one gave me nothing. You get nothing. You lose, sir. Alright, let's load the game again. And I need to try the yellow one. Motherfucking hell. Alright, so when the purple one was pulled, it was the only one that was in the correct position. Okay, maybe I can fix this. I think I am falling victim to the sunk cost fallacy hard. Alright, if I pull the purple one... Oh! I might have figured it out. Okay, the purple one is in place. Look here. Press the button. Look here. Use the card key. God, I am jamming a lot of things into my slot today. There we go. Making things erect, jamming them in my slot. When will it end? We're going to blue again. Okay, so here's my idea. I think maybe the problem is... that the patterns have to match. Maybe. Well, let me try out my... Here's the weird thing. I thought I was gonna have to move the red and yellow just once more. This is fucked, man. Alright, let's go see if that worked. Oh, wait! Wait! I think I might get it. I think what I'm finding out is if the purple one moves in a certain direction, it gets stuck. That might be it. Move what? Move... the green? Right now I'm stuck in trial and error mode. Oop. Ah, shit. Alright, so there's still only one in place. What if I go back... You know what? Alright, I'm gonna make a second save. No! Oh wait, no, that was right. Just going back and forth, jamming things in my slot on the way. Being passed back and forth. Get to one side, pull a rod. Man, I haven't been in this situation for a while. Got so many rods to take care of. Alright. So I'm gonna put a save here. But I'm gonna do it in the next slot. There we go. Alright. It's hard keeping track of a lot of rods at the same time. Yeah, slots and rods. That's the conversation today. If you've got, I mean, three rods is usually easy to keep track of. As long as you're diligent, you've got, 2 hands and a mouth. Wait, what am I talking about? Anyway, okay, let's try this. What happens if I move the purple? Oh! It didn't crash this time. Let's see what that did. Alright. But yeah, 3 is a manageable amount of levers. When you add more, you're gonna have to get creative. Gonna have to switch. It's like when you're playing like Overcooked or something. You have to make sure that no rod is left unattended for too long, or else they start to get a little bit on the what's it called? A little bit on the agitated side. So it's like playing a game where you have to take care of a lot of customers at the same time, and you have to juggle them all, making sure that none of them are left unsatisfied. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Alright, let's load that save. Alright, so I moved to the purple lever. Let's try moving the yellow lever. I am on full on just trying to brute force this mode. Alright, look at the thing, use the key card. God damn it. Key card. Use the key card, please. Oh, look at the thing. Move the button, press the button. Shit, I'm back to 1. I think... This is hurting me, guys. Alright, I think this save is scuffed. Hey, who wants to watch for another half hour while I play this game again? I fully understand if you don't want to. But I can run through it super fast. Especially since I already have the... what's it called? The answer? Okay, first of all, flashing light warning during the intro. When I step into the subway car, there will be flashing lights for a very short period. Only 2 or 3 seconds. Anyway, right here. And it is done. Alright, especially since I already have the solution to the sliding puzzle. It's only going to take me about half an hour to finish the game. Hey, welcome to the Land of Oz. We now can see in color. Whoops, this way. Whoops, I went the wrong way. This door opens, but the room has nothing in it. I'm gonna go all the way down to the end just to take a look. I'm still gonna try to fill in the entire map like I was before, but now I'm going to be just speedrunning this game. This is the speedrun strats, guys. You can learn how to speedrun this game. So one of the things you need to know before speedrunning is that there's a puzzle here that requires foreknowledge, so make sure you have it ahead of time, this sliding puzzle. Open this door. Okay, this isn't speedrun. This is 100% speedrun strats, because I'm doing a lot of unnecessary things, really. I have to come back down. I have to perfect my run. Alright, we're gonna pick up this thing. It's part of 100%, but it has no purpose. There are certain items in this game that you can pick up, but have no purpose. Also, it's faster to use the keyboard keys to change your action. So if you want to look at something, make sure you use the L key, reach over, hit the O, and look again, and take T for take, and take the key. So much faster to use those keyboard shortcuts. Make sure you incorporate that into your speedrun strategy. I pressed P accidentally, ignore that, and for move. Alright, can't go any further now, so let's go back. It's part of 100%, you have to make that movement even though it's pointless right now. Alright, we're in the place with the thing that we can't do anything with. I picked up a key so that your first objective is to get the journal and the card key that will let you teleport. However, while you are up here, it is... Oh no, one thing to keep in mind for this speedrun. If you are speedrunning, do not forget to go pick up the card key, because you can get yourself into a softlock situation. Ah, clown too early, I went too far. Alright, so make sure once you have that iron key that you come to Professor Garrett's room and get his card key that he has for some reason that doesn't make any sense. Why would he have a card key from the future? Somebody would have had to have placed it here for you. I never thought about that. The card key being here makes no sense whatsoever. Whatever. Alright. Alright, so if you do not have the card key, do not proceed with the next part. We are going to do what's called an early puzzle, an early sliding puzzle. This one is named after its founder, Serene. She found that if you have the puzzle ahead of time, you can solve it. It's not a very good skip, but she is credited with the world record speedrun. Alright, let's get that image back up. Time yourself so you can race yourself. I wonder if there's actually a chart for this game. I'm pretty sure there is a speedrun for this game. You can finish it in about 15 minutes if you're really fast. It's not like Myst where you can finish in 2 minutes, but, you know, it's probably good to, have a little bit of stamina. 2 minutes is good, but it's not going to help anybody else in that situation. Anyways, 7, 2, 9, 10. Oop! I severed the snake. Sorry, snake. Alright. There we go. Hilarious. I'm glad you like my sense of humor. Alright, 1, 11, 5, 13. Damn it. Okay, keep the snake moving. There we go. 8, 15, 14, 12. Hey, I actually did this one right. Sometimes you get lucky. There's actually probably a number of clicks in that puzzle that solves it in the most efficient manner possible. If there's actually a speedrun, that is something that they would have had to figure out. Alright, since I'm coming from... make sure you take the golden key. And you won't need the bicycle pump, but take it just in case. This is part of 100%. Take the screwdriver. Let's fill in the entire map here. This is part of the 100%. So I'm just going to, real quick, run all the way through this hedge maze. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow... Actually, if there is a 100% run, somebody has to have figured out what the fastest path through here that hits every square is. That'd be something you'd have to actually create a computer model for. You'd actually have to run an algorithm to find the fastest path. And that might actually be applicable to things other than speedrunning a stupid game from the 90s. That's something that could, like, help with robotics figuring out how to cross terrain. Obviously, this is this is a very simplified version of actual terrain. But I mean, it starts somewhere. That's where all of these AI systems come from. It started with somebody doing something like that. Just for shits and giggles. Alright, we have filled in the entire hedge maze. One of the best parts about doing it this way is you do not have to spend any money opening this door. You get to save yourself a quarter. Oops, I'm looking at the stool. I want to be looking at the payphone. For anybody who was born before, or anyone who was born after 1995, this is called a payphone. They used to be everywhere. This scene is unskippable, so this is a good place to take a bathroom break. There you go. You have to be quick, though. Oops. Make sure you're not looking at your inventory when you press the look button. Alright, grab the quarters and let's go on. Another thing is, the silver key actually exists before it shows up on the screen. You can actually press take, place where the silver key will be, and you will get the silver key. However, it does not work if you're at the very closest range. You actually have to be looking from the secondary range here. Now if I take this, you take the silver key. This scene, the silver key is coded to be there, even if it hasn't appeared yet. Save yourself another quarter. Alright, we're into another sub-maze. Let's make sure we fill it all in. Remember, this is required for the 100% run. I am probably going the worst route I could possibly take to fill in this maze. I think I missed my turn-off there. Yes, I did. Which is weird, because I don't have any turn-offs, so I can't really miss them. Whoop! P does not pick up. P is the map. Remember that during your run? T to pick up items. And you're going to want to put on this helmet for later. This is a menuing section, so make sure that you know how many presses of each button you have to do when you enter the menu. I don't know if I have seen payphones in person. I am old enough to have seen payphones in person. And yes, they used to be everywhere. There used to be 4 of them on every corner. There are people using payphones so often that there'd be lines. But remember, we didn't have cell phones. And if you had to, like if you're trying to meet up with someone for like a date or something, and you didn't... Actually, that probably wouldn't work, because if you were trying to... Oh, I don't know if I finished that maze. If you're trying to meet up with someone, they're not going to be home either. Well, I mean, there are situations out there where you have to call someone from the street. Alright, we picked up the laborers. That's right, we did pick up the laborers, so let's look. Make sure you don't forget there is a laboress down here. Take it. And if you're very bad at finding keys with your left hand, this game is going to be a tough speedrun for you. Alright, we already did that. Did I look at the whole map there? Nope, I missed a couple places. Oop, keep going. There we go, now I have filled in the map. However, I can't get through that door without the key. That will be for later in the run. This is why you put on the helmet earlier, so you don't get your head smashed by those rocks. Whoops. Again, P is not the button you want to press when you want to move things. That would be the M button. So that puts me off world record pace, but it's still a good run. Maybe I can get a pretty high score on the leaderboards. Don't forget about this section of the library that is off to the side. And if you had forgotten to pick up the card key earlier, you would be soft-locked here and be unable to progress. Please do not forget that in your speedrun. Alright, first up, we want to go to the museum, which is the blue button. Be careful not to press the wrong one. Pick up the alien, even though it is pointless, remember to pick up the alien belt. And for swag points, you can put on the belt. I'm going to go for swag strats. Alright, so this is where the game gets difficult. If you mess this up, apparently it's impossible to finish the game. So I'm going to save here. Save game. Alright, so what you want to do here is make sure you only pull the red and yellow levers. If you pull the purple lever, you will have to restart. That is a failed run. Alright, find your card key again. As you're playing, because this is 100%, you will start having inventory issues. Make sure you memorize every time you need to inventory where your item is going to be. Alright, the button you want to press is orange. Wait, hold on a second. Yes, it is orange. Alright, this is your last this is the last mappable maze. There is one more maze, but it is not mappable, so it does not count towards 100%. Okay, that should be full, yep. And there we go. Maze has fully been mapped. You don't have to show the map during the run as proof that you have fully mapped it. But at the end of the run, for confirmation, you will have to show that all of the sub-areas have been mapped. Alright, so for this next part, you will get soft-locked if you forget to do the following. First of all... Wait, hold on a second. Where was the gold key? Oh, I have the gold key. First of all, in order to save time, so you don't have to come back later, make sure you come over here and open this door with the gold key. There it is. It will be 3 presses from where you currently are in the inventory. Remember, the code for this door is always 00408 72. You do have to back away from the door before it will open. Alright, remember you do have to pick up the pith helmet for 100%, but you do not have to put it on because you are already wearing the helmet. This is worth swag points. If you put on the pith helmet, you finish with a pith helmet and a glowing belt, that's considered super swag and you win the run 100% of the time. Say hi to Steve the skeleton. He's our favorite little dude. And yeah, when you reach Steve, that's called Steve%. I need to get a cat off my lap. Get off my lap, please. She's so cute. She wants some lap time. I will give her tons of love after this stream is over. Alright, open the sarcophagus. Make sure you take the Cretan ornament with you. You also want to make sure you have the roll of paper from this closet. This will save you from having to come back and waste time later. Alright, just grab everything in this room for 100%. Head for the elevator. Hi Steve! We love Steve. Alright, you do have the silver key. Make sure you do this part or you will be soft locked 20 minutes later. Usually, if you don't do this, you will get softlocked at the, usually around the 15-minute mark. And you'll kick yourself because you forgot about it. Make sure that you take the key off of this table. If you do not take this key, you will be locked in a cell later, and that's the end of your run. There's actually a meme percentage for that. It's called Swing Low Sweet Chariot percent. You will spend the rest of your life in jail. Wait, didn't you say the skeleton was the... It is Professor Lyons, but we call him Steve the Skeleton. It's just a bit of lore about the run. Okay, we need the piece of paper right here. There it is. Remember, it is 27 presses from where you start. This lever has to move twice. You cannot skip this scene. It is a good place to go to the bathroom if you are in fact already sitting on a toilet when you start the scene. Okay, now you have the newspaper for Professor Garrett. This is why we're here, though. The whole point of this trick was to make sure that we grab the Sword of Arthur. The lantern behind this door. Make sure you grab that lantern or you will be softlocked in the next 2 minutes. I love pretending to be a speedrunner. It's actually pretty fun. Open the door. Alright. So, unfortunately, there is one piece of, there's one skip that we've been looking for, but we have never been able to cut out of the run. Unfortunately, to get Professor Garrett's dirty shirt, you do need to go to the Mayan temple at least once. People have been working on a skip for this for years, but have not found a way to pull it out, because that would save us about 5 minutes off this entire run. Unfortunately, this game is so well coded that skips are very difficult to find. Alright, so let's grab that screw. We do not actually do anything with the screw, but the door will not open if you leave it in place. If the door is not opening, make sure you do that check. Alright, let's see here. It's gonna take a quarter. There we go. And while you're passing by the lantern, make sure you do light it up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Hold on a second. Oh! Shit! Ah, crap, you guys forgot to tell me about the number puzzle. We were like seeing the number puzzle document the whole time. At least it didn't cover too much of the screen, right? I mean, there were some things you might have missed, but... I left the number Hey! No! 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 Hold on a second. Get back here! Oh my god. Okay. So what just happened was we had a bag full of what are they called? Thanksgiving leftovers. I left it on well, I didn't leave it, but it was left on the island of our kitchen. Leftovers were already put in the fridge, but there was a like a tray in there that used to have mac and cheese in it. And what Pickles was trying to do is she was trying to like rip through the bag to get at that tray with the residue of mac and cheese. So I had to throw it away, and then I had to wash my hands. I know you were guessing. I wanted to tell you the whole story. So that's part of the 100% run. Make sure you do stop the cat from stealing the Thanksgiving leftovers, and afterwards you do have to wash your hands or else it is an invalid run. Alright, so let's put a coin in the slot. Open this. You do have to grab a newspaper for 100%. 100% is all items, and all of the map that can be found. Alright, so here, there's going to be a loud noise, so headphone warning. No, Pickles was not into the leftovers yet. She was still trying to rip through the bag. It's just I heard her, like, messing with the bag, and I had to go over and stop her, because she was not, even when I yelled at her, she was not going to stop trying. Alright, if your lantern is not lit, make sure that you light it at this point, and make sure before you pull any of these levers to grab the shirt off of the cornice here. Alright, let me make sure. I did forget to hit one of these rooms, so let me go back. There we go. Remember, if you don't hit 100% of the rooms, the run is invalid. Alright, I think this is not part of the speedrun role-playing, guys. I think that I have to pull the purple lever here, but I'm so scared of this puzzle now that... Yeah, I'm not sure I did that right. I'm not sure I did the right thing. Oh, the food was fine. It was just garbage that was still... It was basically just garbage that was still sitting on the, island, the kitchen island. Alright, now that you have the Cretan... Okay, so this is new content, guys. Now that you have the... You know what? Actually, I'm going to wait until I get to the end of the game before I actually do this. I want to put a skip point into the video where I can tell people watching the video if you want to skip the second playthrough to the part where you can watch the end of the game. Skip to that point. So I'm not going to do anything that I didn't do before. I'll leave any puzzles that I did not solve for the end of this run. Let's see, so... But since we have the Cretan ornament, we can solve that puzzle. Let's see. I need to go... here. I need to go back to the... back to the subway. Now there's a dead witch under it. Loud noise warning once again, guys. So at this point, all we're doing is pulling the 3 levers. Oops. All we're doing is pulling the 3 levers in the mine ziggurat. Oops, I went too far. So we've already done purple, now we need to do red. And I think you know where the next part's going. We're going to do yellow. But since we already have both items that Professor Garrett needs, we're going to fix the past. This will save us time later, where instead of having to go to the orbiting museum twice, we only have to do it once. This time save was found by Serene in the year 2023. In fact, just right now. Oh, I need to get closer. Therefore, we call it Serene's skip. She's very bad at naming things. If you're not familiar with Serene, she's big in the Labyrinth of Time speedrunning community. Basically, she's the only one who even pretends to do it. Alright, since we have both items... Ah, clown! Since we have both items for Professor Garrett, I'm gonna come over here, put the shirt in the laundry. Good, that needed to be cleaned. Make sure you don't misclick. Make sure it says that special line about needing to be cleaned. I have forgotten before. And the shirt should be there already. The maid service here is incredibly fast. And, make sure you put down the newspaper for the Old West. Which I'm pretty sure I did pick up. There it is. Alright, this changes history. We can now finish this game. So let's... Wait, hold on a second. Oh yeah, let's pull the last of the levers. Loud noise. Alright, and the last lever is the yellow one. Alright, at this point 2 out of the 3 bridge pieces should be in place. All you have to do is go back to the museum and pull the purple one. And if I'm wrong about this, guys, I don't know. We're just fucked on this stream. And believe me, I do want to get fucked on stream, but not today. I might get banned. Let's see. We need to go to the blue. And then so for the very last lever, just pull the purple one. If it makes a sound, you fucked up. And let's go back. This is just a sanity check. This is not part of the run. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that those bridge platforms are in the right spot. So that's how I usually solve that puzzle. If this works, you'll notice that all of the levers are in a pulled state. All 6 levers are down instead of up. Which they were at some point. There we go. The full bridge is completed. I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. I don't know what I fucked up last time. Anyways, this is the spot where the people will be joining us who are coming from the past. So let me mark down the time. 3:37. Let's just say 3:37 even. Alright, here we go. Alright, now that the bridge has been formed, this is the first time I've been here today. This is not the second. Now that the bridge is fully formed, we can go get the actual... Actually, let's see what's across the bridge first. We're getting into the center of the maze. We're gonna win this game, guys. Oh. Well, hello there, handsome. Fancy meeting you here. Can I interest you in a date? Oh, I'm sorry. Obviously I've displeased you. The Minotaur tries to gore you with his murderous horns. Alright, so I'm gonna need someone who's good at metalworking to make me a hollow cow, because I think I'm gonna need to seduce this Minotaur to get through the maze. This is pretty cool. This is the only animation that they have in the game, pretty much. He will follow you as you look around, as you go around to the room. So this is kind of funny. It makes me imagine I'm just edging around to the sides of this room. Anyway, if anybody is working on a hollow cow, I would appreciate it, because I think I'm going to need to satiate this bowl. Anyway, in order to finish this puzzle, basically, if you remember the clue that said it's all done with mirrors, we see that there are mirrors pointed at him, but what does that mean? Sorry, I was checking to see if Pickles was on the island again. Oh, well, let's see. Let's cover up one of these mirrors. But what have we got that covers it? Ah, we got paint. Let's get rid of one of the mirrors. Alright, paint over the mirror. Let's see what that did. Hey, he's a little bit see-through now. It's actually pretty cool that they have so many different states of this animation. Anyway, what I want to point out though is that when you're facing this way here, when you're facing this way, doesn't this mean you're standing like right on top of the bowl? Like, is he just like standing over me, hovering over me? I kind of would like it if he would like hang down from the top of the screen and look at you like, what? Why are you standing there? As if he were standing behind you and just craning his head downwards. That would be pretty hot, actually, to be in that position. A Minotaur looking over you like that. Alright, so we need another can of paint. How are we going to find that? Well, we got the Cretan ornament that opens this. Put the double-ended dildo into the Cretan door. That makes it feel so good that it opens wide for you. there's nothing in this room, but one of the clues was the real power is behind the throne. So let's go ahead and move that throne. And there's our paint. A can of Cretan fresco paint. Okay, somehow this paint... This is kind of a silly object. This paint actually... Oh, almost got gored. Look, sir, if you just let me turn around and present myself, I think we can come to an understanding. Anyways, this is kind of funny because the can of paint actually paints a full fresco in one go. Kind of a joke item. Right there. Oops, nope, use on this mirror. Hey, an entire fresco in a can. Unfortunately, this kills the bowl. My love is gone. Alright, well, since we've had to kill the love of our lives, let's just end everything here. You'll notice that there's a slot for the laborers. Hey, it's the keystone of the labyrinth. However, in this version of reality, I don't have the Mayan talisman that would let me break the keystone. So, we have to redo that puzzle real quick. For anybody who skipped over the part where I restarted the game, basically I just haven't picked up the, I haven't picked up the talisman yet. And this time around. Oh, no, make sure you look at the thing. Oh, right there. Yellow. Okay, so earlier in the run, I said to save time, make sure you change the past on your second time around. Pulling the Mayan levers. The reason for that is that you can find the talisman and save yourself a trip to the museum. I actually probably could have grabbed this while I was passing through earlier, I just forgot. Alright, take the talisman.
Attention.
The alarm will go off.
Attention.
If anybody's able to find a skip to get out of jail free, that is another thing we've been looking for years. We do believe it's possible if you put a random variable into the game and it's frame perfect. Let's see, move the orange button. Alright, if you have not gotten the iron key, do not fret. This is called, the... Oh god, what did I call it earlier? I'm just going to make up a new name for it. This is called Freebird Percent if you end up in jail without the key to open it. That is one of our special runs. Alright, if you are doing 100%, make sure you do pick up this revolver. It is required. Alright, now we just gotta walk back to the center of the maze, and we can finish the game. We are seconds from watching, and if I look at the clock, it looks like I am still on world record pace. This game does not have a very active community of speedrunners who do this particular run, so if I finish, this is going to be world record. I do have to finish within the next, oh, I have to go this way. You know what? I'll give you a countdown when I'm about to run out of world record pace. I should have like a little fake timer in the corner. I think I'm lost. Oh no, this is bad. I'm gonna lose my world record pace, guys. I am fucking lost. Oh, okay. Let's see. We want to go to the green. Card key. Where's the card key? No, we want to go... Wait. We want to go to green, yes. Sorry, I have just hit the maximum highness. I am 100% not sure of what's going on right now. Time is moving faster than it should. Alright, we have the item that will end this game. So I am going to hit world record pace. And I still have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ha! I have world record, guys, by 1 second. I don't want to make it too hard. You gotta make sure people still have space. You blast the keystone with a talisman. With its keystone destroyed, the labyrinth shreds into unreality. this plays out. It certainly is quiet here. This plays out, with whatever. You have done well, my friend. The labyrinth is destroyed, and the spirit of King Minos has fled back into the other world. This, goes automatically, so I can't control it. Now I am free again. After many long years of slavery, I am in your debt. Still, I must follow the evil king and watch him carefully. Who knows what new plots he may be hatching. I chose well when I summoned you from Earth, mortal. Hail and farewell. Well, bye then. Try not to fly too close to the sun. Sorry about your dead son. It certainly is quiet here. Say, when you're where something outside of time and space used to be, where exactly are you? If you'd like to find out, watch for... The Labyrinth 2, Lost in the Land of Dreams. A game that never ended up existing. Sorry guys. The game ends on a sequel hook that does not pay off. Alright. Oh my god. That was quite a ride actually. This was a fun... I'm really glad I did this. I'm really glad that I gave it like a full run through. I can't say I recommend this stream to people in the future unless they are prepared to hear kind of gross stories about my life. If you're not willing to hear about sexual things, I guess you're probably not watching anymore, so I'm not going to say I'm sorry, because I'm not. Yeah, it is kind of sad that they didn't actually make the sequel to this game. I think I would love it if they did. I don't know if they're both still alive, though. They were born in 58 and 68, so they're not that old. They're what, 65 and 55 respectively? So yeah, they're not that old. They could still be alive. Anyway, they do still put updates. I'm not sure if it's the original makers or if somebody's actually managing the property, but this still gets a piece of news on Steam from time to time. It's kind of cool. It's managed to stay. It's got a bit of staying power. I think this is probably going to be my thumbnail, so let me get a good picture real quick. A picture that I want to put on this. In fact, let's get one of the Labyrinth of Time pictures on this for the sidebar art. They're in the 300, I think it's 340 range. I have a lot of pictures. I should probably name these something that isn't just a number. That's Mega Man. Yep, they're there. 348, I was right. God, I've got a good memory sometimes. Take it off of shuffle. Alright, which one do I want? Oh, that's cute. Oh, I think that's what I opened with. If you can't tell, the sidebar art actually are the same pictures as the title cards. I just cut them down to a size that works for sidebar. Alright, I think I'm going to use this one if nobody has any objections. I think that would be a pretty good thumbnail. Everybody's going to be like, wait, there's a sequel? Wait, everybody's going to be like, wait, there's a first game? I've never heard of this thing. It's kind of esoteric, yes. Alright, I'm trying to think what would be the best one to have in the upper corner there. I think I like that one the best. Alright, there's my thumbnail. So, thanks for joining me on this journey, guys. This was actually a lot of fun. I'm so glad you guys stuck around. As always, I'll be on the Discord to Sheldon the Vaporeon, Caius, who else talked to me today? Nixel, and Frozen Breeze OC. Thank you for talking with me and watching for as long as anybody who watched even a little bit. You're the best. To anybody who watched on Twitch in the past and didn't miss anything, I still love you. Everyone who's watching on YouTube, I love you. I will have loved you in the future. Hehe. Love you all. I love everybody. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, Caius and Sheldon. I will see you on this Discord. And, you know, always feel free to ask any questions about my past. I'm always willing to tell. And even things that I can't talk about here. Shit. Even though I talk about things I shouldn't talk about here, I'm even more open with myself on the Discord. So if you're over 18 years old and you'd like to participate in something like that, feel free to go. The link is in my profile. Bye bye!